You're listening to The Burning Truth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I am Matt Burns, and with me today I've got the returning, ever loving JB.
I'm here.
Oh, you sound rushed off your feet.
Life. It's busy when you're stuck in your house.
Mm-hmm.
All them things that you said you'd do when you've got some time, and now suddenly you've got the time and you have to do them all. It's a pain in the ass.
Or you forget about them and it's like, I haven't got anything to do, and yet the second you got freedom, I've got all that to do it again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, we're recording. What? Hey? Oh, but I've got 16 different things to do.
Yeah, it's always about right.
We're not recording. I can't be bothered this week. Lay in the bed. I've got nothing to do and it's great. What about the 16 things you told? Shut up.
Anyway, as you might have noticed, yes, this is a bit of an earlier episode than usual. We've decided to release it a few days early, and yes, it is before SmackDown has even gone out. I know. We are. It's a Friday night. It's been, it's a pre-recorded episode, of course, as well. But the reason why we've done it this way is simply because if we were going to do it on the Sunday, because of predictions?
Because of the unique situation that the world has put us in this year, if we were going to do it on Sunday as normal, we'd have missed half of WrestleMania.
Whoops.
Yeah. So, let's get straight in then. NXT TakeOver Tampa Bay predictions.
Oh, actually, no.
Wait.
Let's just go back.
Record scratch. Hold on a minute.
We've now got to go to our usual schedule programming and bring in our audio disclaimer.
The following program may contain scenes and storylines not suitable for younger viewers and opinions and viewpoints not suitable for other viewers. This program may also contain language which some listeners, I should say listeners, not viewers, never mind, some listeners may find offensive. This program may also contain strobe lighting effects.
Translation. Basically, there could be some swear words that you might find offensive, and on top of that, some topics that you might not like. So if we do tend to be cautious of what we talk about, but if you are offended or anything, do send us a message, make us aware of it.
90% of the time we do try and keep it sort of audio PG, but when we're on a soapbox and there's something that we're really passionate about, the language does occasionally go blue. We do try and warn you. Oh yes, there will be tonight. We do try and warn you, A, at the start, like we just did then, and B, before each individual rant, just in case you want to turn off for the duration of that bit. We do the best we can. We try not to use copious amounts of profanity, but sometimes there's just no other way to express how we actually feel about something. So, if that offends you, we feel we give you plenty of warning, but again, we'll tell you before each outburst as well, because, you can never be too careful.
At least we do give a warnings, and we do actually have the, each episode does have a bit of a warning label saying, could have swear words.
Yes. So, in what might be the last major wrestling-themed episode for a while, under the current circumstances, we have got to talk about The Big Show.
Well, not
mean
Big Show.
Paul White, no.
Even though he is doing his own TV shows, he is involved in a TV show that could be on Netflix. Which we could actually end up discussing at a later date.
Yes, as part of the
anyway,
TV section. But anyway, yeah, we've got to talk about WrestleMania because
before we get to WrestleMania, we've got to get to a subject that is currently ongoing, and I believe yourself, you with the reason why you weren't on last week's episode. Well, on the last episode.
Yes. Oh, you're talking about the situation which is affecting a very small and isolated tribe in Tanganyika and no one else. I mean, wait, no, hold on. You mean the whole world?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the one we mean.
Come on.
The nasty, horrible, people-killing virus of death.
Yes, the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19. Now,
and by the way, if I have one more instance of what we got yesterday, because you know what day it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more instance of someone going, why is it called 19 when we're in 2020? I will kill the person responsible.
So I just mentally just thought to myself of different ways to join in.
To mutilate them and keep them alive, but in absolute agony potentially for weeks. Yes, I know. Anyway, yes, we have to talk about the world situation, and which is kind of ongoing and doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon, and which is why there may not be much wrestling to talk about in the near future.
Correct. And on top of that, I believe I mentioned last week that you mentioned to me that you might be showing symptoms.
I might have done mild symptoms. I'm really not sure. I didn't have it in a bad way, if I did at all. And, you know, I don't work for the NHS, so chances of me getting a test, less than zero. But as far as I know, I might have had it. I don't know. But all I'm suffering from this week, apologies if you've spotted it, is a massive cold.
Now, let me just state this. At this point, I would like to just point out that JB has come on to this episode, is on this episode of his own accord.
Yes. I would just also like to point out I am social distancing as is required, and as you may be well aware from past episodes, we do not record The Burning Truth from the same place. We do it using the wonders of technology from our respective houses, which are 200 miles apart. So there's no danger of, you know, us being cramped in the same room doing this, and if I have got it, me passing it on. So don't worry about that.
God help us if this was in the olden days.
In your studio with the lack of windows that open and the 50-degree heat that made you need to literally drink water constantly because it came out as sweat faster than you could put it in your neck. Yeah, I know.
Don't even get me started on that.
Yes, I've heard they've knocked a wall down in that studio now, and they pretty much always leave it open to the air just to let air in.
Yeah, it was probably because I actually requested it as I
left. Yes. Did you not possibly start it by smacking the wall several times with a sledgehammer in frustration?
I have no idea what you're on about. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not
I did no such thing. Come on, man. I might skip the warranty. Don't do me like
that. Yeah, we'd just like to point out any legal types listening, this is a joke. We never used to record in a full-fledged studio, just like we don't have studios now. They're adapted rooms in our houses. No walls were knocked down, apart from in our minds for comedic effect.
Exactly. But anyway, the one thing that we are going to recommend everyone to do is to stay at home as much as possible.
Take our lead. We are at home, but we're still broadcasting to you, so there's no reason you can't stay at home too.
Correct, and it's something that a lot of people have been saying. The only recommendation is for not being at home is if you need to go out for a quick shop, quick exercise, as the UK government has stated. But please do follow your government rules, and medical reasons, or if you are unable to work from home, then and you're a key worker, or you know, which I will turn on and state,
Like
Thank you.
me, although I am isolated at the moment, so I am not going in.
Yes, you're a key worker, and as such, I know plenty of key workers myself. As outside of wrestling, when I'm actually doing, my day job. Yes, I know. I do actually have a day job, ladies and gentlemen. Aside
Yeah,
from
as do
wrestling.
I. Yeah, it's not just talking about wrestling. No, we
I
both have responsible day jobs, which we're both still doing in spite of
correct.
lockdown.
Despite the lockdown, and yes, it is. I believe that Ivan mentioned I am a key worker as well, as such. But at the moment, I'm working from home, so I don't get it. So at the moment, I don't get the extra advantage. At the moment, I've not had a letter as of yet to state I'm a key worker officially. So I've just been told it verbally.
I
In
see.
my
Whereas
case,
I haven't had a letter, but I know I am because I work for a supermarket chain, so that's a given. But I am currently self isolating due to symptoms which may or may not have been coronavirus. I'm erring towards not, but you can never be too careful. So I am about halfway through my 2 weeks of staring at the walls in my bedroom going, gee, I wonder if I can remember what going out was like.
you actually remember it.
No, I
But
said I
anyway,
wonder if I can. In my
yeah,
more lucid moments, occasionally, yes, but
yeah. But anyway, the point being is, for for everybody in the UK, we recommend you stay at home. Stay at home, protect. Stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. Or in regards to
yeah,
around the world, stay at home and save life, because the fact is we are needing more than ever to pretty much to bring the curve down as much as possible.
absolutely, absolutely.
And there's
Can I
been
just?
what?
No, sorry, go on. After
No,
you.
no, you first.
I'm simply just gonna, as an aside, say I've seen the time lapse videos of them filling, what is it, the National Exhibition Centre or whatever it is,
Yeah,
with that makeshift hospital.
yeah.
With all the rooms in it, with the beds and everything. And aside from the slight but important question of there's like little hospital rooms with upwards of 4,000 beds in there, but I don't see a single bathroom, which is slightly worrying. Kind of aside, can I just say what an impressive job they're doing building that so quickly?
Yeah, yeah, it is massively impressive. But
400 beds, zero toilets. Potential disaster, but nonetheless impressive that they've managed to
you
do
don't
it.
have to have bedpans and be able to cover it that way.
No, I'm guessing there are toilets at
Yeah,
the end of the far end of the corridors. From anyway, the point is, infrastructure or not, I'm sure they've thought about it, and it's quite spectacular that they've managed to.
to pull it off.
Yes,
Yes, and let's just state this as well in regards to it. As you might have seen, there is a hashtag going around. You might have seen it on YouTube. We've seen many YouTubers. We've seen football stars. We've even seen certain famous British people even stating it, which is hashtag stay at home.
we can't state that strongly enough. And trust us, in this day and age, the following is a non exhaustive list of things you can do whilst in your house: Xbox, the internet, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, WWE Network, Disney Plus, etc., etc., etc. There are plenty of reasons for you to not get bored whilst staying in your house.
Board board games, rock paper scissors,
Yeah, drawing, writing, you know,
learn new things.
learn how to do new things, sewing, uh,
It's
painting, whatever
yeah,
hobby or arts and crafts, whatever you do, there's plenty of reasons for you to not get stir crazy. So
correct.
do as many of them as it takes, but stay in.
Yeah, it's the weird one, because yeah, years ago when probably both of us were with kids and everything, and when we were playing on our games, we had our parents saying to us, "Get out, the day's really nice. The day's nice."
Go and play
We're like,
outside. Leave us alone.
now it's the exact opposite, and
Yeah.
it almost feels like all gamers around the world are going, "I knew this day would come."
Yes.
I say sarcastically and in a jokey way.
Sorry, no. Must concentrate on the broadcast. Reading a tweet.
Go on.
Slap on the wrist from me. No.
There's always one. But anyway, the point being is, at this moment in time, it is vital to stay at home. And this is how serious it is. The fact that the wrestling business is being massively affected. Potentially, we are going to be putting a hold on the whole possible. We might bring up the odd wrestling topic here and there, possibly even past subjects. History.
Possibly a couple of like specials to do with the history of wrestling, but our coverage of the week-to-week situation of WWE and British wrestling is basically going to grind to a halt faster than those things actually have. We're going to put them on the back burner for a little while.
We could end up putting them on the back burner. So on them episodes, we could end up doing, past related to ones like probably favourite finishes, favourite taunts, favourite submissions, favourite matches,
list-based stuff. Where we can give our opinions on our favourite, and then through our social media, you can tell us how right, wrong, crazy, mental, or bang on we've got it.
Yeah, potentially. Or we can also bring up discussion topics of certain programs that could involve wrestling. We could even do deep dives into certain shows as well as possibilities.
But in the main, the show in the next few weeks and possibly months is going to, like we say, focus on entertainment of other nature outside of wrestling. Radio, TV, other podcasts, computer games, the stuff that you do that entertains you that isn't wrestling, essentially. Would that be right, I think?
Possibly, but even though I was just about to say, I'm reading a book. And
books as well, yeah, they're important. How could I forget them?
And I know
who says I can't read? I'll sue you if you claim that. Stop it.
And the first thing I was expecting you saying is, what's the book about? First thing I'm going to have to say is wrestling.
Yeah, well, there is that. And then you just recommended me a TV series to watch about wrestling. But you get the general point.
Yeah. But anyway, that aside, let's get on to our regular scheduled programming for now, which at the moment we are going to be covering WrestleMania.
Yes, because it is this weekend. I mean, if you're listening to us, are we putting this out on Saturday?
Friday.
I know it's Friday now, isn't it? Is it Thursday?
No, it's Thursday.
So we're putting this out on Friday, so it's ahead of both days of WrestleMania. Okay, I'm with you now. Jesus, I've been in the house for 3 weeks. I can't remember what day it is. They all blur into one, and the gin doesn't help. Yes, in case
you're wondering, this has been recorded on the Thursday, and I'll just state it now, the 2nd of the 4th, 2020.
Yeah, so we haven't even seen, as I believe Matt Burns stated, at the very top of the show, the go-home to pre-WrestleMania SmackDown, so that may hinder our views a little bit, but we're giving you the facts, or rather the predictions, as up-to-date as they are right now.
Yeah. And after that, we'll be discussing a little bit of AEW, even though I haven't been able to cover it as much as I wanted to, but 2 major topics for AEW. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And then potentially talking TBT, some TBT games and TBT TV.
Yes.
And then probably wrapping up with the plugs.
Why not?
Yeah.
Plug number 1, stay at home. Right, that wraps up the plugs for this week. Okay, see you later.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
But anyway, let's get down to WrestleMania.
Okay, then. Let's start. Are we going to just do a bit of rumour mill stuff first, or are we going to go straight into the predictions?
I'm just going to say, is there any rumours?
Well, no, I don't necessarily mean rumours. Just, things that might have happened, or do we need to mention changes to the card or things like that?
I would suggest mention the changes as we're doing the match announcements.
Do you know what? That makes perfect sense. Let's go with that.
Best way. Right. Let's just start off with the first match. And this is, by the way, 16 match card over 2 nights. Well, over 2 days, supposedly. that's going to be aired, that's already been done.
Yes, it's already been recorded as far as we know. It's just being broadcast over the 2 days because, or at least this is what I've been told.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're going to predict, and these are the matches according to the Wikipedia page.
And
so,
I have got to say one thing. Not
yeah.
all the matches have been revealed officially. And
No.
there is one thing I have got to state I am massively impressed with.
Go on.
I've got no spoilers.
No. Oh, despite the fact it's been pre-recorded, there's no spoilers. Yeah. I don't know. That's just a rumor I heard. It might not be pre-recorded, but to be honest, it would make sense if it
was pre-recorded from my sources as well.
Okay.
And many other sources.
Fair enough. Oh, excuse me. So I don't think I quite reached for the microphone mute button fast enough there. So sorry about that.
Maybe the odd occasional hiccup or sneeze. And yes, John Below has got a hanky on hand and is making sure to not sneeze into his hands as well.
Yes.
But anyway, and he'll most likely be washing his hands if he wants to quickly. If you want to.
Yeah, I will just. Yeah, actually, talk amongst yourself for a minute. I'm just going to go wash my hands. I'll be back in like a minute and a half.
It's fine. It's good practice. It's good practice. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've got plenty to talk about. So instead of me actually jumping onto the match, I'm just going to state, I've got to say, in regards to the current situation, anybody who is listening into us right now, we massively appreciate you for listening in, especially during this, this time of need. And as such, it is a unique one because I feel as though the Burning Truth has been very, very lucky because the fact that we do actually do the recordings using the power of the internet compared to how it used to be in the recording studio, which them days, I will say, were roasting. And I will say it's good to reminisce of the old past, as it's always good to reminisce on the past, But at the moment we are currently moving forward. But it's always good to glance back at the good times, the happy memories, and everything, and what came, and what helped build the Burning Truth into its many, many years of us talking of wrestling. But as we stated, we are going to be putting wrestling on hold most likely after this week, after WrestleMania, because WWE could be and AEW could be getting told to put it on hold due to certain rules and regulations.
Yes, right. I'm back. Sorry about the delay.
I think you like the cover.
Absolutely. What I heard of it.
That's great. That's fantastic.
I was washing my hands, but you know how Sod's Law works. I sneezed, so I washed my hands. So the water running meant I needed a pee, so I had to wash my hands again. And then as soon as I finished washing my hands the second time, I sneezed again. So I've now washed my hands 3 times in the space of 3 minutes.
And then
Can't say I'm not.
Good practice.
Absolutely.
Great, good practice. But anyway, let's get down to business and let's talk about the first match, which is in front of us. Which, by the way, let's just state we do not know the actual match card order.
All we've got is what it is according to Wikipedia as of right now, which is when you're listening to this Friday. Well, no, we're recording this on Thursday, so if you're seeing this on Friday and it's changed between now and then, nothing we can do.
There's nothing we can do, and on top of that, we may switch the odd match because we don't feel it being the main event.
Well, yeah. Also, the list is in a half-baked sort of, I assume the order they were announced, kind of order. It like match number 1 is not the first match on the card, and so on and so forth. So the order we're giving them to you is the order we think roughly that they'll be presented on.
Roughly.
Although the order as though it was a one-night show. So the fact that it's split over 2 means they might not even remotely be in the order we give you them. But hey, we're doing our best with limited resources here. Come on.
Exactly. But anyway, let's get down to business. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler with Mandy Rose in Dolph Ziggler's corner.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Did I not call it?
I think you did.
Call it.
Yeah.
I think
Not
I'll
that
take
you
it.
wish to show off or anything, but yes, I'm pretty sure you actually did call it. Nail on.
It had to. It had
Yeah,
to be done.
it had to be. And I predict the victory might possibly eclipse the WrestleMania record.
Ooh.
Dolph Ziggler's name may replace Special Delivery Jones in the history books.
Fair enough.
Although I have an idea for a way that it may not.
Ooh.
Oh no, it may actually. They may still be able to do it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Essentially, start of the match.
So, who are you predicting to win? Before we get on to it.
Essentially, the whole the preamble here builds up to who I think is going to win. So,
Okay.
start of the match. All three people are in the ring. Ziggler goes straight for a super kick, misses, lays out Mandy Rose with it. Otis rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for coming.
No.
You disagree, obviously, but the point is, I think Otis is going to win.
Oh, no. I think
Possibly
Otis
in
is going to
record
win.
time. Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to be that quick.
No, like I say, I don't think it's going to be that quick either, but I'm just joking because I don't think it's going to go more than 2 or 3 minutes.
What? I think it is going to go 2 or 3 minutes. I can see Otis getting the win on Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
But more importantly, the reason behind it, why.
Okay. You think Mandy's actually going to play a significant part in this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And not just because she gets a face super kicked off accidentally.
I can see basically I can see it not just being Mandy Rose.
You think her tag team partner might get involved as well?
Sonya Deville.
Yes.
I can see Mandy Rose being there, going for show support, and Sonya Deville come down and try to cheat for Dolph, and Mandy goes, stop, let them duke it out. But I don't want this guy to win. Them pair argue.
Yeah.
All of a sudden have a bit of a clash, and then all of a sudden, somehow, Mandy Rose finds out that Sonya Deville set up the issue with the date.
Interesting.
In the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, Otis got a text message.
Yeah.
Did he not? Stating that she was going to be late.
Yes.
And then
so you think that text message was not in fact from Mandy, but from Sonya?
Yes, if they are going to link Mandy Rose with Otis.
Possibly. I don't think they're going to do that, to be honest.
If they're not,
yeah,
then I think this whole angle has just gone off the rails and should not have happened.
Well, I quite agree, which is why I think, the thing that I said about it being 10 seconds and Otis winning and that being an end to it is probably the best way to just sweep it under the carpet. And
that would be the way to do it if they were going to just have Mandy stay a heel.
Yeah. But sweep it under the carpet. And
the funny thing about it is the fact that Mandy Rose has been showing a good quality towards Otis has had fans getting behind Otis.
Yes. As if they weren't massively behind him already.
Even more so.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for Otis in regards to the situation.
Yeah,
now,
which is kind of cool.
If it comes out that Sonya Deville has done that, then, oh dear.
Yeah, this is why I don't think they're going down that route, but we shall see.
I can see it a little bit because everyone can turn around saying, well, why did you set me up with Dolph? Well, I'm expecting this because they already tried it once. They could turn around, well, they could either Go down the angle of, if I can't have you, neither can Otis.
I see.
So I'll set you up with Dolph, who's a good-looking guy, but not my type.
Yeah.
Or she's that grossed out by Otis, she wanted to be with Ziggler.
Or, and this is WWE here, so let's just suspend all pretense of common sense for a second. Would you put it past WWE, namely Vincent Kennedy McMahon, to basically have the storyline be a massive swerve and Vince to have Sonya portray that actually she's jealous because she likes Otis, in blatant disregard for everything that we already know about her in her personal life outside of wrestling?
Oh, God.
You can see that happening now, can't you?
Oh, God, no. Do not do that.
Yeah, but worst case scenario, it's normally what Vince goes with. So let's hope not. But ever since I first thought about it and spent about 5 minutes shuddering and dry heaving, I couldn't get it out of my head. So I just had to share it with you, to be brutally honest.
I believe there might be some clapping going on outside.
Yes, because it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
While we're recording this. So it's clapping for the likes of, what are they?
NHS?
Yeah. Important workers, you know. I can't think of the words.
We might as well join in, even though
Absolutely.
It might be mistimed on this episode for this.
If you're listening to this and it's not 8 o'clock, we apologise, but it is while we're recording this. So, yeah.
So we are joining again because we feel as though they've put their hard work in.
They have absolutely put the hard work in. Key workers, that's the phrase I was looking for. NHS staff are that, and they deserve it.
100%. So, I will say, we are doing a bit of a unique way of doing this episode.
Absolutely. But hey, first times for things are never usually a bad thing unless they're Vince McMahon's idea.
Right. Now, anyway, back onto it.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, Otis to win that one, I think, even if we differ on exactly how.
Another angle that they could go down of is she actually finds out that she did ditch Otis for Dolph. But that wouldn't be in Mandy Rose's character, because didn't she turn around and say Dolph's the better match for her?
Probably.
In promos.
Yes. Yeah, it's confusing. However, just a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
There are 16 matches on this card. Why have we probably spent longer talking about this match than it will take to happen?
I have no idea.
Let's move on.
We've had interruptions, but anyway, we're going with Otis for the win.
Yeah. Yes.
Moving on.
The next match on the list, according to the list on Wikipedia, which may or may not be accurate.
Oh my good lord.
What?
They're actually being defended.
The actual Women's Tag Team Championships are actually being defended on a major pay-per-view.
They exist?
Hell. Yeah. And... yeah.
It's... how do I say this? This has been a unique and utter mess.
Essentially, yeah, it's the booking of these titles since day one has been
it's not just
staggeringly inept.
It's not just the booking of the Women's Tag Team Championship. It's the booking of Asuka.
Yes. I completely agree. Which has also been staggeringly inept.
It's been non-consistent.
Massively inconsistent, and not to mention essentially pouring cold water, warm piss and hot tar all over everything that they worked so hard to build for her in NXT. and when she first arrived on Raw.
Pretty much. Now, a lot of people are saying, how can you say that? How can you say that? Right. The Kabuki Warriors are a villainous team.
Yes.
Right? But they had Asuka in the Elimination Chamber
Yes.
be the last person against Shayna Baszler. And it looked like a big confrontation was going to happen.
Yes.
You know, they were hyping it up, you know. And you got even Asuka, being quite vocal with Shayna Baszler, you know, especially with the comments of "bite me."
Yes. In relation to Shayna's short turn as a spine-ripping vampire.
Which we'll get to later.
Yes.
Right? But the point being is, it's like, oh, I've turned Asuka face. And then straight after that entire event, straight back to heel. Huh?
Yeah, it's one of those face scratchy moments. Like the booking of Asuka in general, to be honest.
It was like, oh, Asuka's not there because Kairi Sane's had to take a bit of time off or something, or so let's just turn her a bit of goody, and then as soon as she comes back, let's just turn her back villain.
Yes.
And then you got Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, who I think need a tag team name.
They really do.
And the weird thing about it is, the name that'd be more fitting is actually the name of Alexa Bliss's damn finisher.
What, the Sparkle Splash?
No.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Twisted Bliss.
Yeah, it's a perfect name for them.
A lot of people saying, well, why is that? Why that? Because Nikki, in a way, to some people, some say she's crazy, some could say she's twisted, you know.
Yeah.
And Bliss being her surname. It's a good name.
It is. It really is. It's a great tag team name.
All I'll say to you is, if that ever does actually appear on WWE now, from now on, please sign all paychecks to the Burning Truth.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's a great name for the team. And especially bearing in mind, I think they're going to be about £8 of gold each, heavier luggage after whatever night this match goes on.
So I believe that you're going with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
New champions to compound the crap booking of the Japanese girls, yes.
I think they're going to do that. And on top of that, they'll be breaking a record, won't they?
Will they?
First time, two-time?
Oh, yes. First ever two-time women's tag team champions.
Would you like to just double check and confirm that?
Technically second ever.
Second ever.
If you count the women's tag team title that they had for about 9 months in the late 80s. Because I think
No.
the Jumping Bomb Angels won that twice, but I might be wrong.
No, this is the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions that got introduced a bit later on.
Oh, okay.
Just double checking. Nope, no one's done it. There's been 4 teams who have held it.
Yeah, and none of them twice. Okay, that's cool. So I think this will be the first time.
And these are the longest reigning.
Yes.
The Kabuki Warriors.
Not that that says much yet, but yes.
Yeah. Since October 6, 2019, Hell in a Cell in Sacramento.
Yeah. Little bit like Kevin Owens boasting about being the longest reigning Universal Champion of all time when he won it after Finn Balor won the inaugural title and rescinded it a day later, and Kevin Owens was boasting he was the longest reigning champion ever at 7 days.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving swiftly on. Yeah. So I think we're both going for Nikki and Alexa to win, yes?
Yep.
Right, next match. The Sami Zayn Ensemble versus Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak. Yeah. Although technically it's just Zayn versus Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship.
With Cesaro and Shinsuke.
Cesaro, Nakamura and Gulak will all be at ringside.
Yeah.
Right, would you like to go first for this one?
Yeah, I will do.
Okay, rock on.
Will do. I personally feel that Sami Zayn will come out the winner and be reigning and defending champion.
I
over Daniel
see.
Bryan. Because I've got two predictions here.
What, you mean yours and mine?
No. I've got two predictions
Okay,
on
yes, I'm with you.
why Sami Zayn will leave the championship.
Go on then. Run us through them.
One is they've got the extra man.
Well, yeah, it's essentially 3-on-2 if it all breaks down, yeah.
And the other thing, it depends on if WWE are going to carry on with Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak. And they are genuine with it. If they are genuine with it, then they'll do the 3-on-2 angle. If they're not,
then they're probably more likely to go down the route that I was thinking of for where this is going.
Drew Gulak will cost Daniel Bryan the match because in his mind, he should be the one in the match, not Daniel Bryan.
Yes. Because
he's the one who had to earn it for Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Whereas I'm thinking the other approach, due to the fact that this is simply a singles match and it can't be that too much shenanigans will happen, I think that WWE will pull as much shenanigans as they possibly can, and we will have a new champion in Daniel Bryan due to backfiring interference from Gulak, which was intended to cost Bryan the match, but ends up, in fact, costing Sami. Because he hits the wrong man.
Actually, you could be wrong in that. If we do go down the Daniel Bryan route, because Daniel Bryan did actually assist Drew Gulak in beating Shinsuke.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. That's option 1 of 2. They might go down the miscommunication, wrong assist means Daniel Bryan picks up the victory, or they might go down the genuinely Drew Gulak gives the assist and returns the favour. But either way, my prediction is Daniel Bryan to win the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Difference.
Lovely.
Jubbly. Anyway, let's...
bubbly. Sorry, what?
Let's dash on, shall we?
Let's
Moving on to a last man standing match.
For nothing in particular. Oh, yeah. For bragging rights and... It's... Ooh, check me out, King Bitch over here. It's the man who retired in 2012 versus the man who should have.
That's a bit harsh.
Okay, maybe not quite as soon as that, but let's face it, for the last 5 years, what's Randy Orton done to justify his money?
Beat Daniel Bryan? And Triple H wanted him to?
Okay, one thing. That's still 4 years and 360 days that he's just basically collecting a paycheck.
Beat Bray Wyatt? I know.
Yeah, who hasn't done that?
But anyway.
I think if Pro Wrestling For You were to book Bray Wyatt on their next show, your man on the Pro Wrestling For You losing streak would actually end it at the expense of Bray Wyatt.
Ouch.
That's how little people care about poor Bray.
Bray Wyatt has been unbeatable until Goldberg turned up.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. That little 5-minute streak, that little 5-minute streak doesn't really make up for the years and years and years and years of jobberific jobbingness that had to precede it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that soapbox a bit later.
Yes, but anyway, as far as this match is concerned, I predict Edge to win.
Yeah, Edge to win.
I don't know how, possibly due to the interference of Christian. I don't know. I haven't seen the build-up, but I just think Edge to win.
Christian possibly being involved.
Possibly.
And seeing where it goes from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll go with that. Right. The next match is number 1 of 2 in the I Don't Give a Monkeys matches of the weekend. And I don't think too many other people in the WWE universe genuinely do care.
This is a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, this. But just bear in mind, the singing sacrificial lamb who literally hasn't won a match since his main roster debut versus possibly the most boring and unjustified King of the Ring since Mabel.
Ouch.
No, I'm on form today, aren't I? This is going well.
You're being quite bitchy today.
Yes, I've noticed.
Well, let's continue.
Anyway, Elias versus Baron Boring.
King Corbin.
That's the sod.
Right. This match, it's been built up quite quickly because Elias keeps playing over King Corbin's speaking when he's on, and everything keeps interrupting him, having songs for him, saying he's using too much loo roll, and everything, singing songs about him. And then we have a moment on the SmackDown, not this week, because we're not at this week's episode, yeah. During the last episode, which was the following weeks, where you got King Corbin on the top of the stage where Elias was doing off the high stage. Yeah, I'm singing my song. For King Corbin come out, start brawling. Oh no, he's gonna fall off. Is he? You think, oh no, Elias is gonna probably gut shot him, throw him off. No, King Corbin actually knocks him off. He falls off.
He fell off the stage a whole 5 feet to the floor.
Right. And they made it look like he hadn't landed on something soft, like he hit the floor hard.
Yes.
They used the camera angles nicely here, which is quite rare. They wouldn't have been able to do that with a full audience there.
Yes.
Right. Now, this looked really like, oh my God, this is really serious. For God's sake, don't do this. Really hyped up. Didn't something like this happen a few weeks ago?
Yes. Hyping this up like this kind of... well, all I can say is I bet it makes a certain pair of NXT people who've just thrown themselves off the top of a War Games cage for seemingly nothing quite angry.
Oh, no. Not just off War Games. Right. All I'm going to say to you is,
yeah,
if you watch the brawl between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano,
yeah,
which was at the Performance Center,
yeah,
which is where the same building, okay, but the SmackDowns announced the tables weren't close enough, okay, so we didn't go through with a table. But what did Tommaso Ciampa do to Johnny Gargano?
Did he throw him off the stage?
He air raid crashed him off the fucking thing.
Yes.
The same stage, the same balcony.
From which Elias might possibly have landed, slightly awkwardly and possibly fallen over. Now, Johnny Gargano landed head first.
Through the announce table.
Yes.
Which wasn't uncovered.
Yeah, which still had monitors and all sorts of wires and stuff.
And banners. The guys might have moved it for them, but Jesus!
Yes. Talk about double standards that don't do anyone any favours.
And they might have had a cushion underneath that could have been hidden, maybe, yeah. But you just saw him just leap off. Camera, yeah. Keep on them.
And yet we're supposed to believe that Elias is, frankly, anyone could do it kind of, oops, I've stepped too far. Oh no, I've recovered, it's fine. Is as bad. And it just isn't.
Now, they're probably going to hype it up saying how serious it is and seriously hurt. Now, I know what you're going to say. Right, okay, if they do that, you just buried Elias. Because if I'm not mistaken, when Gargano had that, didn't he actually walk out on the next week's episode saying he tried to kill me? Still walking.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, double standards don't do anyone any favours. So now, on top of this being a match no one wants to see, it's a match no one wants to see and is pointing and laughing at.
It's the build-up's not looking right. It's just
No.
good Lord.
And if the worst comes to the worst, Elias knows all he has to do is go under the ring and bring out the new weapon of choice to beat Corbin.
Oh, the guitar.
Nah, small tin of pedigree chum to twat him round the head with.
Anyway.
Yes,
so
but
let's just get down to... Let's just
think I said Elias for this one.
Yeah, you've gone for Elias. I'm going for King Corbin. And, oh, by the way, in the previous one, we both went with Edge, just to double check. And you're going with Elias, why?
Just because the guy needs a win on, well, somewhere at some point to re-establish that he's not just a gimp with a guitar and he might actually be a wrestler occasionally.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with King Corbin because somehow Vince keeps giving him the fucking win. And somehow, rumour has it that, supposedly, I remember there was a rumour going around that, Vince thinks King Corbin is a ladies' man.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And when we're talking about bad ideas, like I put out there earlier, re the Otis match, here's another one for you about this one.
Oh.
Elias wins thanks to an assist from Chad Gable, and then Elias, Chad Gable, and Jack Gallagher reform three-man band, or whatever that boy band from WCW was called that everyone wants to pretend doesn't exist. 3 count. That's the devil.
Nope, not happening. Not happening. And no, because if you bring out Chad Gable, Sheamus is going to have to come out. Oh wait, where are them pair on this card? Oh yeah, nowhere to be seen,
nowhere to be found. No, yeah, it was just a way to get them on the card. But anyway,
moving on.
Yes,
moving on.
The next match on the card is, well,
right,
let's just put it this way. Go on, after you.
I'm just going to put this out clean. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. Why? Because Bobby Lashley knocked on his door.
Yes.
That's it.
That's the only reason. But sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the point is, frankly, the last time we saw Lashley get humiliated as much as he's probably going to in the course of this match was when a 280-pound man was rolled up and powerbombed for the win by 180 pounds wet through of... God damn, my mind's gone blank. The Fiend. No, not The Fiend.
Huh?
Finn Balor. What's the Demon? That's it.
Yes.
Lashley got beaten by a power bomb, which a man half his weight hit on him like he was nothing. And that's about how embarrassing it's going to get for him in this match, I think, because frankly,
at least with Aleister Black,
that little room,
at least with Aleister Black, if he gets the fade to black, it does look like it can legit knock you the hell out.
I was going to say, if that little room that Lashley knocked on the door of that Aleister Black resides in is supposed to be hell, that's where Lashley's getting sent straight to. That's my point.
Fair enough.
I personally think it's Booker T's room of candles, but let's not go there.
Them damn candles!
Yeah, WWE want you to forget that, which is one reason why I never will.
Let me forget it!
Anyway.
And at least there's nobody wrestling about shampoo.
Well, there is always that. In Japan.
Anyway.
Right, we'll cross that one off. We both think Aleister Black's going to win that, which is fine because I sense a Major League soapbox coming, possibly from you, definitely from me, with regards to the next match.
Right.
The match in question is the Street Profits defending the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships.
Let me just get this out the way. The original plan for this was entirely differently.
Entirely different, yes.
Andrade was meant to be in this match previously. And
alongside his fellow person who is represented by Zelina Vega.
Yeah, before that, Angel Garza was meant to be up against Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo, apologies for the mispronunciation.
Yeah,
and Andrade was originally meant to be up against Rey Mysterio for the US Championship.
Yes.
However, due to mass changes in situations,
largely due to coronavirus and
injuries,
in the case of Andrade, an injury, which the like of which hasn't been made specific, but an injury.
And Mysterio being is decided to self-isolate himself, not due to showing any symptoms, just decided to keep his family safe, which we have stated to everybody. If you want to self-isolate to protect your family, we understand. Even though it's WrestleMania week, they are still...
There's no judgment whatsoever.
Yeah. They are understanding this, and they've granted it. Right? Which means... So why isn't Humberto... What Humberto?
Yeah, Humberto Carrillo. Where is he in all this?
Chance.
Yeah, he is... He's been elbowed to the side faster than...
He lost his match against Angel Garza.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is Mysterio self-isolated, so it was Andrade and Angel Garza against the Street Profits. Unfortunately, due to injury,
Andrade has had to be removed from this match.
And been replaced with...
And cue the soapbox, because, come on, everyone at home, who do you think they've replaced Rey Mysterio and then Angel Garza, and then Andrade with?
Hang on, we'll give you 10 seconds.
Go on, literally, find someone who is yet to be involved, so who we haven't mentioned in any of the previous matches, who is the least likely possible male member of the WWE employee roster that you can think of. And you'd still be way off.
We'll give you 10 seconds now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And you join us back after that apocalypse break, during which 7,000 years have passed, and we are currently reviewing WrestleMania 7037. And guess what? You still haven't guessed.
Yeah. Austin Theory.
Who?
Austin Theory.
Who?
A guy from NXT.
That guy from NXT who's had his ass handed to him in 2 successive weeks by Tommaso Ciampa and then beaten a no-name jobber that even I can't remember. And that's pretty much his entire WWE career. That guy. What the ever-loving, house pet molesting fuck is that? As far as decisions go. Seriously. I have heard more sensible suggestions for replacement tag team partners from Vince Russo.
You ready for this?
Go on.
You know why he's in it?
Why?
Right, because on NXT, he has achieved his first victory.
Yes. Over, if I remember correctly, the Mexican guy who would have actually been a better fit, logically, in all this.
Joaquin Wilde?
No, it's not who I was thinking of. Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Theory also appeared on Raw, last week's Raw.
Yeah.
This week's Raw, actually, my mistake. Teaming with Angel Garza and Seth Rollins.
Because reasons.
And they were defeated by Kevin Owens and the Street Profits.
Oh, right, okay. So they shoehorned him in on Raw, and that gave him the slightest thin sliver
So
of...
hang on. Where did that match come from? Oh, that was it, because Angel Garza already had a match set up the week prior with Andrade. Yeah. So, okay. We'll shoehorn him in.
Yeah, we'll shoehorn him in. Quick question.
What?
Why is Angel Garza involved in this? Where is his rematch for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship?
Non-existent.
Yes. Why hasn't Jordan Devlin got a match at WrestleMania? God damn it. I mean, Austin Theory's got one. Why not give Jordan Devlin one? It makes about as much fucking sense.
Where's Pete Dunne?
Exactly. Seriously, Pete Dunne,
Where's Walter?
genuinely, having it as a mixed tag match for reasons best known to themselves and putting Kaylee Ray in as Angel Garza's partner would have made more sense than this. Yeah, and no, I don't know which one of the Street Profits we substitute for a female wrestler or who it'd be, but that's the point. That still makes more sense than this. This makes so little sense, it's threatening to form a black hole and consume the universe.
Love it.
Right. Anyway.
It's going to go up in smoke, Street Profits.
To retain, absolutely.
Oh, where's the smoke? Is it?
Well, they want the smoke.
Oh, that was it. They want the smoke.
And they're going to get it.
Yeah. So Street Profits to defend.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next match. Triple threat ladder match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
You don't care, move on.
What? And cue the soapbox for yourself.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Team 2009 versus Team 2009 Championship reigns versus Team 2009 combined years in jail. In a no one cares match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Mean. That's just mean. Just because John Cena pointed out that that their mugshots look good.
Yeah, well, seriously, I don't care about this match in any way.
I will actually care for it only one way.
And what's that?
Depending on who wins.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. All 6 people in the match, perfectly capable wrestlers, and I'm sure it will be a perfectly watchable match, but it's just so whatever. Who cares? Move on. There's no reason for anyone to pay any attention.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is Tag Team Reign number 2010 for the New Day.
So don't be sour.
Don't you dare.
Be sour. Clap for your new Tag Team Champions.
Clap for your new 2076 time Tag Team Champions.
That's
and feel the apathy. Yes.
Me? I'm actually going to go differently. And I'm not going to go with the Uso Penitentiary.
Why don't they just say prison like normal people?
It's America. They're in America. Anyway, point being is, I'm going to go with The Miz and John Morrison because they haven't had it long. And if they just hot potato this championship, it just doesn't do it any favours because, yes, I understand that New Day want to be multiple reigning and Usos are multiple reigning. They can't keep hot potatoing this bout between New Day and the fucking Usos.
Correct. But I don't think that'll stop them. Hence why I picked the New Day. So you picked Miz and Morrison, I picked the New Day. Move on, because we've already talked about this match more than it deserves.
Correct. Moving on.
Next, a singles match between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins.
This match
Seth Rollins, the Tesco Value CM Punk. I am the leader of the Straight Edge. Oh, wait, no, I'm the Monday Night Messiah Society. Wait, no, don't say society. Oh, damn it. What's it used to say? Bomb the pipes? No, that's not it. Shit. Help.
Mom.
That's the bugger. Seth Rollins, Tesco Value CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my God.
Jesus, I'm not pulling any punches today. I think I definitely must be...
I can't see it now. I can't see it.
Yeah. All I got to know is which one... So, yeah, which one out of the bumbling goons who follow Seth Rollins around is Serena? Who's getting the head shaved? I predict Buddy Murphy because AOP don't have any hair to begin with. But anyway.
He's not your buddy anymore.
He never was. What are you trying to imply? Oh, right, I'm with you now, yeah.
You don't refer him to a buddy anymore.
Rollins and Murphy against Kevin. Haha, I still have 2 names. Owens.
Seth Rollins. He's still called Seth Rollins.
Yeah, for how much longer? I reckon one more Twitter tirade away.
They see me rolling, they hate it. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being is, this one
This
was very difficult.
is going to be one hell of a match because, as much as I might dislike Gobshite Rollins,
Right.
he knows what he's doing in the ring, and so does Kevin Owens. And the build up to this has actually been half decent. And
Yes,
yeah,
it
this is
has.
probably the closest one to call on the whole card.
This one, I was split between genuinely because I don't know exactly where this is going to go. This is the one I really do not know where
Yeah,
it's
this
going
is
to
the
go.
toughest one on the whole card to predict. I'm making a prediction based on what I want to happen and what I think should happen, but genuinely, I've got no idea how accurate it is.
And this is the one booking where I am not going with my head, I'm going with my heart.
I see. I am doing likewise, and I think
Well,
that means we've gone for the same.
One of the
Yeah,
bookings, one of the matches that I've
I'm
gone
doing
with my heart.
likewise, and I think that means we've picked the same person, does it not?
Yes, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens to win.
It needs to be Kevin Owens because,
Yes,
especially in the location,
absolutely.
because if they are doing it at the performance centre, what better place for him to get a magic and get pushed behind him? Now I know that we're going to be thinking, but Seth Rollins got all this hate, he's got all this hatred. Of course he has. Seth Rollins was going to be turning heel anyway because even when he was a good guy, he was pissing people off on Twitter.
Yeah. So essentially, it doesn't matter if he loses.
But
he's basically
Seth
there
Rollins
to do
has
that.
reinvented himself, and everyone's going to say, "But Kevin Owens hasn't reinvented himself."
Kevin Owens doesn't need to reinvent himself.
He needs to get the push.
Kevin Owens needs to get the push for being the absolutely, frankly, outstanding wrestler and 53 out of 10 on the mic, world champion in waiting that he absolutely is.
And being the voice of the voiceless? Sorry.
No, that's the other guy.
No. Basically, this is almost like, CM Punk, a guy who's good on the mic against another, a guy who's trying to be CM Punk.
Yes. Well, if anyone
Joke.
has the right to be the spiritual successor of CM Punk, it's probably, despite all the odds, Kevin Owens. But it's not, because as we all know, Kevin Owens is
trying. Damn promo.
Kevin Owens is trying to be what happens if Steve Austin gets a bit over the top on the 2-for-1 pizzas from Domino's.
What the fuck?
Kevin Owens channeling his inner Steve Austin. Why do you think he's a stunner as a finisher? He's just...
And he got the permission, but the difference is with Kevin Owens, I think they've hit the mark with Kevin Owens.
Hey, I'm not judging. I'm just saying Kevin Owens is not Steve Austin because he's carrying a little more weight. But that's the only difference. He has the potential to go as far as Austin did because he's that damn good.
And he can talk the talk.
Yes.
Genuinely.
And back it up as well.
Yeah. And the scary thing about it is, give the man a mic, let him go off script. Right?
There are about 5 people in the whole company who you can genuinely give a mic to and just be like, doesn't matter what we've got planned, just go with it. And Kevin Owens is one of them.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is absolutely brilliant because as much as I know a lot of people didn't like the supposed feud with Owens and Shane because Shane was getting too much involved in it. But when you got Owens cut that promo against the McMahon saying how it's all going to focus on them, you said you weren't going to focus on them, and then 1 or 2 weeks later, it's back on fucking you.
Yes, that was absolutely the Owens holding a mirror up to WWE in general. It was one of those, that's a bit close to the bone, but he's right, kind of moments.
The point being is, by letting him do it, and if anybody else wants another good angle, good way of Kevin Owens' ability to bring people in, you don't even have to look in WWE category. Look in ROH history. With the fact that it's feud with Al Generico.
Yes.
When he was known as Kevin Steen. When he was known as Kevin Steen.
Yeah, El Generico, wherever you are, come back. You've been missed.
I believe it's somewhere on the card, but I just can't quite put my, chin on it.
Don't be silly.
Anyway, the point being is, just look at that feud he had when he he actually gave a kick to the knackers, more meaning, one kick, more meaning, because how he did it.
Yes, exactly. More meaning than Baron Corbin's entire career will ever manage to get.
The point being is...
Sorry.
He knows what he's doing.
He really does. And he needs to be pushed to the moon.
And Seth Rollins does step up his game. He does. But the way that we've been pushing him, I always step up my game. They're giving him the slice, snarly feel. And it's like, they need to give Kevin Owens a feel-good moment. Yes.
They absolutely do.
Especially when you've got Seth Rollins, who fired at Kevin Owens. Oh, I will step up my game at WrestleMania. I beat this guy. I beat Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I beat Triple H. What did you do last year at WrestleMania? Oh, yeah, you weren't even on the card.
Yes, which means that's going to light a fire under Kevin Owens, which can only sensibly end one way.
Yeah.
Stunner, thank you, good night, 1, 2, 3.
And not that quick.
No, I mean the end of the match. I don't mean
Yeah.
that's all that's going to happen. I mean, that'll be the conclusion.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yes. Next match. The Undertaker versus AJ Styles in what Wikipedia doesn't even know what this kind of match is.
A boneyard
match, which when you click on it on Wikipedia takes you to the link for gimmick matches such as including but not limited to Buried Alive matches, but there is no entry.
It tags you to Buried Alive.
But there is no entry entitled Boneyard match because I don't think there's ever been one before.
I think this is going to be a indoors version, a tame version.
A very, very, very tame. We
PG.
Can't... TV PG, we can't actually do this properly because we don't have the staff in the building because it's lockdown version of a Buried Alive match.
And we can't exactly bury somebody.
No.
Or have the equipment. So hang on. Isn't there another match that's similar to that Undertaker's been synonymous with?
Oh yeah, I believe there is. It involves a wooden box. Damn, what are they called? You know, Undertakers use them. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What are they called?
I know.
If they brush off the one from out the back of the WWE storeroom, then they'd probably find Kamala still in the one. Was it Kamala?
No. It's not Kamala.
Who else was it that was involved? Anyway.
It'd be something. Anyway.
Who I'm thinking
the
of.
Point
Anyway,
being is, what made me laugh about this is when it was announced. A boneyard match. I'm going to clearly bury your career in it. You know. And AJ Styles points out, she's like, this is your match. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, how many boneyard matches have we had?
The grand total of... I'd never heard of it before I started doing this broadcast. Number.
0.
Yes.
How is it Undertaker's best match?
Unless it is actually just a low-budget Buried Alive match, in which case, why don't they call it that?
Right. And if it is a Buried Alive match, how is it his best match?
Bearing in mind, I think he's about 1 and 6 in Buried Alive matches.
Pretty much. There's only one person who I think has actually lost to Undertaker in a Buried Alive match.
Would that be The Rock or Mick Foley?
Rock and McFoley. It was when he tagged with the Big Show and...
Yeah.
It was when Undertaker tagged with Big Show. And it wasn't The Rock who got covered. It was Mick Foley.
It was Foley, yes. Who is the late 90s and early 2000s version of Bray Wyatt in that find anyone who resides anywhere near the top of the card for any length of time. He lost to them.
That's what I mean. It's just...
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Anyway, the point being, whatever this match is, it's completely unnecessary beyond to give The Undertaker a WrestleMania match because he came down at super plot down and fairly decisively beat AJ Styles, meaning the need for another go is kind of pointless, but whatever.
The only thing I will say...
I say fairly decisively, it was one move.
is AJ Styles has been touching a bit of a raw bone. See, you'll see what I did there.
Yes.
Do you know why?
Go on. Why?
Referring to him by his real name?
Eek.
And stating that the only reason why Undertaker keeps donning his costume is because his missus wants that payday.
Oh, is AJ Styles turning the tables on Samoa Joe a little bit from when Samoa Joe was the one dishing out the moderately below the belt personal barbs to AJ not long ago?
But he's doing it on Taker, stating, no, not actually hinting that he's going to do anything with it because he is a very Christian family man.
Yeah, but still making the point that
Michelle
he may
McCool
be slightly less than reputable. Yes.
Yeah. Basically, he's just using Undertaker to use him up until he's broken down and useless. I'm going to do Undertaker and Michelle McCool a favour and basically put your career to rest.
Is it just me as well, or would this not have been somewhere in interstellar dream match of the century proportions if it had happened any time before about 2010?
Possibly.
When both men were 10 years younger and could have the kind of match that they're probably going to have a go at having here, but struggle due to one being nearly 40 and one being over 50.
Right. But AJ Styles they can still do it in short terms.
Yeah.
But I don't think The Undertaker is going to be his usual gimmick. I can see the American Badass.
You think he is going to return to the gimmick which he infinitely prefers, but which Vince McMahon hates?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because he came out on episodes of Raw in almost plain clothes, beating the crap out of AJ Styles' boys.
I see. Interesting. Well, anyway, who do you think is going to win? Because we've pontificated enough on this one.
Me, Undertaker.
For me, Undertaker as well.
However, an additional prediction.
Go on.
Because rumour has it there's going to be a surprise after.
A surprise?
Yes.
Oh, The Undertaker's going to lose because he's going to get buried alive by Mayor Glenn Jacobs. Oh,
nope.
Shit, I mean Kane.
Rumour has it that someone may make an appearance to make a
Mayor
challenge.
Glenn Jacobs. I mean Kane.
A challenge to The Undertaker.
Well, it's not going to be Kane.
And come out of retirement.
Oh, yes, I've heard this rumour too, and I think it's absolute nonsense, but that means it'll probably happen, let's be honest.
And in case you want to know what the rumour is, rumour has it that people are... The rumour is stating that Sting is going to make an appearance at WrestleMania after the match.
And, yes, issue a challenge and then promptly return back to the rafters for the rest of the year.
Pretty much. And
like it's WCW in 1997 all over again.
Pretty much. And the supposed match will take place at SummerSlam.
Interesting. Fair enough. Right, moving swiftly on to the Fatal 5-Way elimination match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks versus Tamina.
You know what? I know that we've already got this down.
Yeah.
I'm switching mine.
All right, okay. What, basically because without knowing what yours was, I pretty much said exactly the same thing?
No, because the more I've been thinking about it, the more I can see it not being the way that we originally predicted.
It does strike me with hindsight as being slightly, possibly too obvious, but I'm still going with it. No. So, okay, tell us yours first.
I'm going to stick with successful defense.
Okay.
But it'd be damn well close.
But in such a way that leads to a one-on-one between two people from the 5 next time out. Is that what you're going for?
No. No, not lead to. I can see it being close where it's possibly Bayley hits a finish on one person, Sasha Banks has got another in the bank statement, and the referee counts the 3 just before the tap.
Okay, are you not thinking they might go down the referee counts both of them and they become dual champions kind of nonsense route?
No.
Good, because I'd hate that.
that.
I'd hate that. I don't want that to happen.
Now that you just predicted that could actually happen.
Yes, I know. It's a possibility.
All sign checks to the burning truth.
Yeah, indeed. But no, you're going with Bayley to retain, but it to be nail-bitingly close.
Yeah.
It could potentially lead to double champions, but I'm not going for that either. I'm going for...
Yeah.
Pick any one of 3 sacrificial lambs.
Oh, actually,
Lacey Evans, Naomi... Lacey Evans or Tamina, basically. Pick either of them to be pinned clean by Sasha Banks, your winner and new champion, not involving Bayley, to set up a feud between the two.
Yeah, actually, I've just come up with another idea.
Go on.
That would set it up between the two.
And what would that be?
Bayley to roll up Sasha.
Or Sasha to roll up Bayley, equally. Because if Bayley beats Sasha, where's the justification in the two having another match?
No, because they're both being friends.
Yeah.
Think about it. If she
No, yeah,
Sasha
I
Banks,
see what you're saying, yeah.
it's like, I had to do it for my championship, and she can say, I thought we were meant to be on the same page.
We are. I'm the champ. That is the main page.
I thought the idea was me staying the champ.
Yeah, but I can see them working both of those angles into it, actually. I can see...
You know what I mean?
I can see them getting to 2 out of 3 on the count of Sasha on, let's say, Lacey Evans, for Sasha to become champ, for Bayley to slide into the ring, Evans to kick out, and Bayley to roll Sasha up, and then that happening. That could also be equally possible.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? This is another match I'm interested in now because of just this conversation.
I genuinely wasn't, but now we've had this conversation, yeah, suddenly I really care.
You actually care about the Lacey Evans match? I never thought that'd happen. Correction, we actually got a match that involves Tamina that we care about.
I know. It's frightening.
Even though they actually had a turn up on last week's SmackDown, actions speak louder than words. Super kick.
Yes.
Walk out.
So I'm sticking with my prediction of Sasha to win by pinning Tamina Evans, interchangeable that they are, and therefore to set up the feud that way. You're going with
Bayley either by close with Sasha Banks or by actually rolling up Sasha Banks.
Yeah, either way, setting off the feud between the two.
Setting them off, yeah, because if you think about it, what a good way to set off 2 friends. Now,
exactly.
The reason why I don't think it would be Sasha pinning Bayley is if they do have Sasha pinning Bayley, it's the crowd aren't going to be... the rumour has it that Bayley's the one who's just recently turned heel and had all music change, where Sasha Banks hasn't.
Yeah.
So the more likely person to... the more
to
logical
change,
person to change will be Sasha Banks.
Indeed. Oh, I'll get you. Isn't that sweet? I've just realised you said the crowd reaction. Yeah, okay.
Should have.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Nice try, but we asked 500 people.
I know.
Our survey said...
Yeah, I know. Shove off.
Yeah, force of habit, I know.
Force of habit. Cut me some slack.
35 years of this that have all had crowds, I know. It's fair.
Cut me some slack.
Exactly. Right, so we're going for different results there, but I think that's anything could happen. But suddenly we're interested in that match, which I think is perhaps more than can be said for the next one. John Cena versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt in a Firefly Bumhouse match.
I want to see how far WWE are going to push this match with the camera work.
Well, the thing is, they have the beauty of it not being live.
And it being at a different location.
So it can be recorded, edited, messed about with, and generally they can do it as many takes as they like. So I've got the feeling, #swerve shenanigans overload.
Yes.
Is a Firefly Funhouse match basically
a Sister Abigail house match?
Yeah, it's basically a what's the word? What? It's just a hardcore match, isn't it?
It's a different location.
Yes.
And we have no idea how
it's a weapons den match or whatever it is that Abyss used to do in TNA, that kind of thing.
Full Metal
Mayhem, yeah, possibly, yeah. It's just a hardcore anything goes match. But like we say, due to the fact that they're super doubly don't have to show it on the night live, God knows what might happen.
Yeah.
Heaven only knows what will fart its way into Vince McMahon's brain and become the storyline for this one. But
your prediction, please.
If Cena wins, we riot, but I've still got the feeling he will for some ungodly reason.
You're going with Cena?
Unfortunately, yes, because actually, it depends. I'm going to go with either person in two circumstances.
But you've got to pick one.
I'm going with Cena if he's facing Bray Wyatt, and I'm going for The Fiend to win if he's facing The Fiend.
It's The Fiend.
In that case, I don't think even John Cena would try and take the wheels out from under The Fiend after the work that Bray Wyatt and WWE kind of did to kind of build him up that much.
So you're changing your original prediction?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll switch that now. I'm glad you saw the light.
Well, it was John Cena at WrestleMania. At first I thought it couldn't be any other way, but then...
If Cena does win...
we riot. Sorry, what?
This is basically saying The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, is killed off.
It's basically taking another one of Bray Wyatt's efforts to get himself over and just going, try again, third time's the charm.
I am the Eater of Souls. He's got the whole world in his
Up
hand.
his ass. Sorry, what?
The point being is, the first time Bray Wyatt was going against John Cena.
Yeah.
And this is the stupid thing about it. I actually like Cena versus Wyatt.
It has the potential to be a very interesting match.
No, regardless of it, when they do have a fucking crowd, first time they did it, how much hype was done on it?
Yeah, quite a lot, and justifiably so.
Of the feud, how much eerie did they add for Bray Wyatt and John
They
Cena?
built it up massively. It was immense.
Massively built it up for Cena to kill it. Right? Yeah. And that was with a massive crowd, but the hype was all real.
Until
this time round, they had the crowd for the hype for one show, and then you end up having to do promos, without the crowd there, and they've still got me invested in it.
Yes, absolutely, I agree.
Because you got like Bray Wyatt coming out. Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath, which is a little bit heelish. But you got Cena's turn around saying, I buried you. No, I didn't bury you. You didn't step up. Which can also be a little bit heelish. So it's blurring the lines a little bit.
Yeah. It's great.
It's almost like Cena's possibly feeding into his hate, maybe.
I just possibly want Wyatt to win. And then Cena to return and go full-blown heel. And team up with Bray Wyatt and become the You Can't See Me of Worlds. I don't know, I just made that tag team name up.
Can't see that happening. But anyway.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm just... I've run out of sensible suggestions, so when you run out of sense, what's left is usually nonsense.
True.
This is going long, so I just want to get to the end now.
Yeah. Anyway, point being is, we're both going with The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Moving on to the next match.
The next match, which is the Raw Women's Championship match, pitting incumbent and 1 year as champion Becky Lynch against the Vampire Neck Shredder Shayna Baszler.
In case anybody wants to know what my colleague's referring to is during an attack from Shayna Baszler, is where she literally bit into Becky Lynch's neck.
In a way that implied that she was actually going for the spinal cord. It was ridiculous. And I'm amazed it got past the TVPG censors and it actually... Yeah. Not since the first time I saw Shayna stamp and bend someone's elbow backwards have I shuddered that badly about something on TV. It was...
Oh, you mean Alexa Bliss?
Yeah. It was literally X-rated horror stuff, and I don't know what point it had other than to garner shock. But anyway.
I looked at it and I was like, am I seeing this?
Yeah.
Have WWE actually unnumbed me to this sort of violence?
Well, apparently they have. They didn't me. It was frightening.
No, but this is where that level of violence, when it's been toned down, being so PG...
This is where, if they're now planning to ramp it back up, things like that do a good job.
But even if it's just for a one-off thing.
Also, I've got to say, Shayna Baszler is superhuman.
Go on.
How the fuck did she draw blood with a bloody gum shield in?
It can be done.
What? A soft, moulded plastic gum shield?
It can be done.
I'll take your word for it, but I'm jesting. I know she wasn't wearing it at the time.
Got to be, yeah. She wasn't wearing it at the time. It's got, if she's got a gum shield, then it's just got a bit of a pinch. And don't forget, if it's just the top jaw, she has got the lower jaw as well.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to be snarky. Calm down.
But it backfired. I'm sorry. I had to spoil your fun.
Go sit in Booker T's room with candles and stop ruining it for me.
Go wash your hair.
What do you think I've been doing every day? I'm in lockdown. I've got nothing else to do. I'm the cleanest I've ever been.
Because you're worthless.
Takes one to know one, bitch.
I'm joking. I was taking the mick out of the L'Oreal adverts.
Yes.
Because you're worth it, really.
Matt Burns. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe he found being a total cunt in a briefcase somewhere. Who knows?
No, I think that was settled on is when he opened the case and he had green mist on it. But who looked at that case? Never mind, we'll move on.
Yeah. Tajiri making a comeback at the age of 53. What?
Anyway.
Yeah. All part-time hobby vampirism aside, I think Shayna's going to win this one.
I do.
The build-up has just been too strong, and Becky Lynch has been on top for a year, and she's got no one left to beat. So if she actually beats Shayna, there's nowhere left for her to go.
Actually, regardless of who wins, there is a rumour.
There's always a rumour. What is this specific one?
The rumour is for somebody to make a return after this match.
Yes, we know.
To state their
Someone
claim.
who's quite friendly with Miss Baszler, or at least was in the past.
Yeah, which would be none other than Ronda Rousey. Now, what makes it so weird is what's brought this to our attention is Instagram.
Oh, typical. As I say, it's entirely feasible, but I'll believe it when I see it.
No, Instagram, because what made it really, really bad is because one person took the picture while he's at the headquarters of WrestleMania. He shouldn't even be there, saying that he might be there. He might be. But he's standing next to somebody who shouldn't be making an appearance, who hasn't been on WWE television for a while, which is Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
And in case you want to know who the person was, Cain Velasquez.
Yes.
Now, do you know who was instantly teed off on this?
Who was instantly annoyed?
Initials VKM.
No kidding.
He was supposedly frothing at the mouth.
Well, it doesn't take much.
But they can't do anything because technically they're friends outside.
Yes.
You should be doing those. Like, well, they are technically, they know each other through UFC.
Yes.
But it just didn't help with the WrestleMania background.
Really doesn't, no. But anyway, we shall see what happens. But if anything along those lines does happen, I don't think it'll impact on the match. I think it'll all take place afterwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving swiftly on to the next match.
Actually, you stated Shayna Baszler, didn't you?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler as well.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I didn't state who I picked, did I?
No, but now we know. Next match. Singles match for the WWE Universal Championship between incumbent champion Goldberg and substitute opponent
No.
Kurt Hawkins.
Let's go through the original idea. It's Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. Spear versus Spear. No, that's cancelled.
Cancelled. Roman Reigns is immunocompromised due to having, what's it called, leukemia. So he's not going anywhere near wrestling.
He's not going anywhere near wrestling, and he's wanting to keep his family safe.
So, as I said, Mr. Owen 269 is facing Mr. 167-0. It's Goldberg against Kurt Hawkins. Yeah.
No.
It's not, folks. Don't get too excited.
Before we get on to this,
like that.
Before we get on to this, I've got to sympathise with Roman on this one.
I don't blame him. Any chance that he might get ill when he's got less when he's immunocompromised, he's got less chance of recovering from it. Steer well clear. I applaud you for taking the sensible course.
I applaud him for taking the sensible course. He's staying home. Hashtag stay at home. But anyway, the funny thing about it is the hate that this guy's had from it.
Oh, the hypocrisy.
I've heard of haters going to hate. We don't want you around. We hate you. You shouldn't wrestle.
I'm taking a step back for my health.
You can't wrestle. What?
I'm going to take a step back for my health. I'm not going to be at WrestleMania.
Boo! You suck. Why weren't you doing this for your fans?
Make your fucking mind up, people. You can't have it both ways.
Fucking really?
Roman, go away!
I'm
going to go away. Roman, how dare you go away? Oh, I want to tear my head.
Yeah, right, sorry. Soapbox is coming out right now.
Get on it.
I'm pissed off with this because the fact is Roman Reigns bust his arse and he's had to work his arse off. Right?
Correct.
Now, he won the championship. Had to then vacate it after he beat Lesnar, and then the championship ended up going back to Lesnar. A
decision that nobody agrees with except Lesnar.
Right. Somehow, but anyway, we digress. The point being is, what is so stupid in regards to this is the fact that Roman really wanted this match. It could be easily a dream match.
Yes.
Right? Unfortunately, the current situation has had to make it change. As much as I am a wrestler, I am also a wrestling fan. I am also a promoter.
I agree with you. I have been a wrestler. I am a commentator for wrestling, and I'm also a wrestling fan as well. So between us, we've got quite a lot of experience on this.
Regardless of it, if any wrestler on my show stated the same thing, and this was the first show I was going to be booking on, which, as we've already stated, UK radio shows aren't going on ahead.
So we're talking hypothetical mania here. This is just Matt Burns' fantasy booking.
Yeah, correct. I would not hold it against him, and WWE are not holding anybody accountable for doing it, even if it's WrestleMania week.
Yeah, they're basically saying it's an unprecedented worldwide pandemic. We understand the situation. Nobody gets a black mark. Nobody even gets a bad word said because it's a unique situation, and we get it.
And what makes it even more annoying is if anyone turns around and says, "Well, I'm upset because it's Roman, he's not thinking of the fans," I don't see the damn fucking hate on Rey Mysterio.
No.
Who's done the same thing.
Exactly. And don't forget, Rey Mysterio for, what was it? Oh yeah, the simple act of not being Daniel Bryan a few years ago. They were ready to turn on him in a heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying. I believe it's not just them, is there? There's somebody else who's... I'm
just trying to think. Yeah, there's a third person. I can't remember who it is. It's not Andrade because his is an injury, but there's someone else who's willingly taken a step back.
I believe you may Noah?
Noah? What, as in him from the Bible?
No. She used to be linked with Titus Worldwide?
Oh, yes. Everyone's favourite former Titus Worldwide member, yes.
Yeah, Dana Brooke has even had, basically turned around and said, "I'm self-isolating, being safe." No hatred for her, but then
None
again,
at all.
But then again, most people will probably turn around and say, "Where the fuck have you been?"
Yeah, but then most people are
Even
self-centered pricks and
even-
have massive double standards.
Correct.
No better
and I will state this to
expressed
you.
than over Roman Reigns.
And I will state this: Dana Brooke has been putting her heart and soul into wrestling and busting her ass.
Yeah.
So all credit to her, regardless of it. This is regardless of it. She could have been at WrestleMania, but decided to
For her own safety. Excuse me. For her own safety, she chose not to, and so credit her for that immensely.
Immensely. Now, with Roman, he's made the right decision in this, regardless of it. It's for the belt. Everyone says you got to reach it to the top. Yes, the problem is he's just had a bout against leukemia.
Yes. It's for the what, Mr. Wrestling Promoter Man?
It's
for
the
championship.
Yes.
The fact that it happens to have its origins in things that hold your trousers up doesn't mean you can call it that. Slap on the wrist for you.
Sorry, Vince Kennedy McMahon.
Oh, and don't say wrestling.
I'll fucking damn well say it.
Even if it is 1/3 of the name of the company, don't you dare say it.
Wrestling.
And half the name of the event.
Wrestling. Don't care. All I'm just going to state...
seriously, I don't care. It is wrestling. But it is a wrestling championship.
Listen, I'll call it a belt or championship. Doesn't matter.
It's just a personal grievance of mine. I'm not...
It's fine. Anyway, point being is... The fact is, yes, it is for the main belt/championship. There you go for you. I just thought I'd just do that, just rub you the wrong way a little bit. Anyway, it's for the championship. Yes, fine. But if he actually does it, and he came down with an illness, he hasn't just got to sit there and think, great. He's got health. He's got a compromised immune system.
He knackers WWE's plans because he wins and then has to immediately vacate the title.
And it could end up possibly doing.
And his compromised immune system, means that he could be permanently damaged or dead as a result. And nobody wants that.
Nobody. And on top of that, even if that isn't the case, if he does catch it, he won't know until he actually gets the symptoms. Which by then is then going home and possibly spreading it to his family.
Yes, if he hasn't already continued to be in WWE circles and give it to half the roster as well first. Not through any malicious reason, just because he doesn't know.
Now, a lot of people probably... I'll probably continue the subject after. But it's... Roman Reigns is putting his family first in regards to the situation. And it's something I'm going to cover after we've done WrestleMania predictions on how I think it could continue, potentially how the future could end up going.
Yes.
For wrestling. But anyway, point being is, Roman Reigns
is not in this match, and so a replacement to fight Goldberg for the Universal Championship is needed.
Yes. Now, it hasn't been officially stated on the WrestleMania Wikipedia page.
Yet. It still says Roman Reigns on there. However...
And I think it still says the same on WWE.com.
I believe so. But this, as we stated earlier, is a pre-record. We recorded this on Thursday night. We expect that WWE will correct that on SmackDown tomorrow night.
They'll either correct it on SmackDown or surprise everybody on the actual event.
Yes, possibly with a video package of Roman from his house announcing that he's not taking part and that he's picked someone else. Who knows?
Yeah. 100%. The point being is, regardless of it, it's just an unfortunate situation that has occurred, but they will get through it.
Yes. And a successor has been picked, if not officially mentioned.
Yes.
So we will make our prediction based on that, whether or not it actually happens. We think it's certain enough that it will, but even if it doesn't, it was what was going to happen on the Thursday, which is when we recorded this, before the Saturday and Sunday of WrestleMania. So it was our best educated guess.
Yes.
That Goldberg's opponent would not be Roman Reigns, but would in fact be
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. And on that basis, who do you predict to win?
Really?
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 Really, really?
Right. I'm gonna have to be quite brutal here.
On the basis of the evening so far, go ahead. It's in good company.
And as much as Braun Strowman is an amazing guy, big all-round guy, nice to see him in a WWE Championship belt,
Finally.
championship match. But this is for the big one. And there's a possibility of him winning it. And are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
Okay. Good. We differ on that. That's fantastic.
And do you know why?
Why?
If he can't even... Well... He's the former Intercontinental Champion.
A title which he held for what? 3.5 minutes?
Couldn't even hold it for an entire month.
Yeah.
Did he hold it for a month?
I think it was 26 days officially.
I'll have to look this up.
Please do.
Which hurts my head massively. The fact that he is a walking behemoth.
He's nearly 400 pounds of do not cross him because he will rip you in half and then eat you, monster of a man.
That's what I mean. You know, he's saying, get these hands. Well, it seems like anybody who does get the hands gets actually gold off him.
Yes. At the moment, which is unfortunate in the extreme, but...
It's just not working out. It's almost as if any momentum he gets, it gets wiped off him. Oh, he did hold it for a month.
Oh, okay.
37 days, but did we register only 36? Which is a super showdown.
Yeah.
And he lost it in Elimination Chamber in a 3-on-1 handicap match.
He did.
And whoever got the pin got the championship. So why didn't Shinsuke and Cesaro be fighting for it? Trying to just no.
Just no. Fair enough.
I'm not doing this argument anymore. I'm not doing it.
Fair enough.
At
On the
least-
basis that, yeah, it's a little bit of a thrown together secondary match, I think Goldberg will probably retain, as well, as bad as that is, for the continued
and you ready for an interesting fact?
of Braun Strowman. Yeah, go on.
Braun Strowman held that.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I hope it was into your arm.
No, it was into a tissue because I have a box of them next to me after the earlier episode.
Good lad. But anyway, as we continue, did you know that he has actually held that title? And I'll just mention some names for you,
Yeah.
and this will quite shock you. He has held it longer than Kurt Angle.
Sorry, who are we talking about here?
Intercontinental Champions.
Yeah,
Braun
okay.
Strowman has held it longer than Kurt Angle.
What, at 30-odd days?
37 days, yeah.
All right.
37/36. He's held it longer than Booker T. He's held it longer than Big Show. Mark Merrow. Albert.
Also known as, what's his name?
Johnny B. Bad.
That's the one.
Yeah. Albert.
Nice.
John Bradshaw Layfield.
Really?
Lance Storm, Luke Harper, D'Lo Brown, current champion Sami Zayn, Marty Jannetty, Billy Gunn, Rikishi, Road Dogg, Test, The Mountie, Zack Ryder, and Dean Douglas.
Who? Yeah, okay. So he's held it, even though he's only held it for 37 days, 36 recognised by WWE, he's longer than all that many people.
Not combined.
No, but every single one of them had a reign shorter than 36 days.
Yeah.
But he was still a whole week short of the Godfather. So, you know.
Yeah. And Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
And an extra week on CM Punk.
Yeah. And he was 3 weeks shy of Ahmed Johnson. But let's not go there.
Yeah, let's not go there. Anyway, point being is, a lot of people say, but that's a lengthy reign. It isn't, but...
It was in the Attitude Era, 1997 to 2003.
This is the modern era.
When title reigns mean something, or are supposed to. What is it, the 24/7 title or something? Speaking of which, by the way, R-Truth is now the 35-time 24/7 champion.
We know.
35 times. For a combined number of days recognised by WWE from 35 reigns of 149 days. Riddick Moss has one reign of 40 recognised by WWE days. Spot the difference there.
I know.
Anyway.
It's bad.
It's terrible. But yeah, Strowman's short Roman Intercontinental title was insanity. He's been thrown into this match. I'm sure he'll do great, but I don't think he'll win. So, Goldberg to win. Moving on. Oh, wait, no. What did you think?
Wait, you gone for Goldberg? You originally... Have you switched?
Well, no. I don't recall. I know I said Roman Reigns, but since Roman Reigns isn't winning,
No,
you
isn't
in the match. Did I? Oh, okay.
You switched. You originally said Braun.
Well, I'd like Braun to win. That's heart, but head says Goldberg, so...
So basically, I've convinced you.
If you'd like to believe that, yes.
I'm sticking to it. The reason why I've gone for Goldberg is simply because I can see them going a little bit longer. I can see possibly somebody from NXT getting called up against Goldberg for some unknown reason.
Yes, we know about that. We'll believe it when we see it, but it's possible.
Yeah, and the one guy who Brock Lesnar says you ain't got a chance.
You mean
bro? Anyway,
the guy whose Dusty Rhodes Classic trophy failed the wellness policy. Yeah, we know.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being is, in regards to it, Goldberg's going to win because simply, whenever it comes up to Strowman going for the big one, WWE's like, yeah, we built him up, and we're going to pull the rug.
Yes.
If they give him the championship now, and I mean, they give it to him now, it means fuck all.
I couldn't have put it better myself, so it makes more sense for him not to.
Unless you do they're going to do it, aren't they?
Probably, yes. Yeah. Right. So we're both saying Goldberg to retain, even though we probably, for reasons, don't think it'll happen.
Just now.
Right. Next!
Let's go
with...
Originally, if we're following the list...
We're going to swap these two around, I think. The opposite of what they appear on the list.
Yeah.
Essentially, as I stated to Matt Burns before we came on air, I don't think the Showcase of the Immortals, the grandest stage of them all, the biggest pay-per-view in the WWE calendar, is going to be headlined by the NXT Women's Championship. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Well, it could in this situation.
Yeah, potentially, but I think the other match will go on last. It could potentially headline day one, but the overall last match that we see will probably be the WWE Championship match.
I can see the Universal Championship headlining the first night and the WWE Championship headlining the second night.
Yes, but whichever night it's on, the NXT Women's Championship match will probably be the semi-main event before that match.
Potentially. Or the first half main event of the day.
Eek. Anyway, which one are we going to cover first?
If we're going to have a break in between, like Independence do. Anyway,
and then the
moving
interval.
on.
Yeah, okay. So are we going to go with the NXT Women's Championship match first here?
Yes.
Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair.
You do yours before I do mine.
We are diametrically opposed on this, aren't we? Because I think anything other than Ripley retaining would be madness and insanity. So, as much as that means WWE are probably going to do it, I'm going for Ripley to retain.
Right. My heart...
Hashtag QSoapbox.
My heart wants Rhea Ripley.
As does mine.
My heart is begging for Rhea Ripley to win.
Yes. And preferably in as dominant a fashion as possible.
Damn right. Are we going to get there?
Are we boot?
Are you predicting the same as me?
No, I'm predicting that Rhea Ripley will win. Because I'm hoping if I predict hard enough, I might make it happen.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go against you on this one.
I figured you might.
This is one match where my head is literally ignoring my heart, and I can't loud enough. I can't ignore my head.
And it sucks, but this is WWE, so I totally get why you think that.
A lot of people are saying, "Really, you're going to go with Charlotte Flair?" Yes, I am predicting Charlotte Flair, and everyone's going, "Why are you predicting Charlotte Flair? Why are you predicting Charlotte Flair?" It's fucking Charlotte Flair.
You mean Charlotte 600 reigns?
It's Charlotte Flair. I'm sorry, but this is a person who keeps having short reigns. Right?
Yeah.
Why? Just so she can match up to her fucking father's record and possibly beat it?
Yeah. And in this instance, if she does win, we do think that the reign is literally going to be until either the Monday night on Raw immediately after, or the Wednesday on NXT.
Or the next takeover event.
Well, I think it'll be the next weekly NXT. But anyway, it's going to be literally the shortest reign going. So that makes it doubly pointless, which is why I'm going for Ripley, for continuity's sake.
Right. And everyone's saying, and why is that? Why are you going with Charlotte Flair? Simply because who was the rumoured original person to win the Royal Rumble?
The women's
that
one?
Was right. Baszler.
Yes.
And why didn't that happen?
Because Charlotte whinged. An attention-seeking...
No, because rumour has it that WWE owed her one for her hard work and have been stating that things to her that she was going to be getting, but not providing.
If you've ever heard such entitled bullshit in your life.
Right. Now, I'm sorry. If that is true, how much are you fucking promising the WWE?
Exactly. Why are you promising her the earth? Stop it.
Do you keep promising her? As much as you can turn around saying, it's not like that, it's not like that, it's coming across as though, WWE are doing it, she's taking the reins, doing them the favours. If it is, so basically, the only way that Charlotte Flair can come out of this is if she turns around saying, I didn't want all them championship belts. I didn't want all them championship wins. I just wanted to have my championship be meaningful.
And she needs to stand up and say that now. And don't get me wrong, something tells me she's not going to do that. Something tells me to her, being a good company person means doing exactly whatever shit they ask of her without question, however detrimental it is to her career, unfortunately.
And what a better way to get people more focused on NXT than having a main roster wrestler having the NXT Championship.
Well, I can think of a million better ways, actually. But, okay, that's the one they're probably going with.
That's what they're gonna go with in their mind, and it hurts because if they do it, for me, it'll just hurt NXT because, and a lot of people can turn around saying, "But Rhea Ripley's had a long reign." Yes, she's had a decent reign. You can say that. Yes, you can. And yes, Charlotte Flair has been a NXT champion as well.
And does not need to be again.
Yes, but Rhea Ripley is reaching 106 days currently at this moment.
Yes.
My point being is, I know Kairi Sane had a 71 days, but the average for the championship is usually in the, after 71, apart from Rhea Ripley's, the second shortest reign is 133.
Are we discounting, the second reign for, what's the name?
It's the first reign, actually.
No, but are we discounting the shortest one? Because that was like
a
couple of weeks, wasn't it?
No. First one.
The shortest reign ever was like.
What? For NXT Women's?
Yeah.
Who?
Hasn't somebody held it twice? I'm thinking Kairi Sane. Wasn't the second time for like a month or something?
Nope, not from what I've just seen. Kairi Sane only held it once.
Okay. Hold on.
It was Shane. Shane is the only one who's held it twice.
Okay. Hold on.
Didn't you know?
No, I thought that they'd done something similar to what they did with the men's title with Samoa Joe.
No.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
Shane is the only one who's held it twice. Only person.
That is correct.
But anyway, point being is, after that is Emma Moon.
Oh no, it's just because Kairi's reign. I thought she'd had two, but no, it's just that her one reign was the shortest by a country mile. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My point being is, if you cut her short now,
you essentially undo every single bit of good work that you've done.
Correct.
Much like if you give.
And take into account, she's the first female Australian champion.
Yes.
In history. And she has been dominant. She was the inaugural NXT UK champion as well. So she is breaking barriers. And she is a breakthrough wrestler. Phenomenal worker. Someone who I never thought could see as a face. And yet, I actually think she is absolutely killing it at the moment in time.
Yeah, I agree.
Knocking it out the park. Pretty much every time. So with that, that's basically, it'd be a massive shame, but they're going to do it because it's Charlotte Flair. Because
unfortunately,
they're going to turn around and say, but we promised her, and we're going to deliver because she works hard for us. Yes, she does. But when you are downtrodden all your brands, name me a division where Charlotte hasn't fucking taken over.
Yeah, it's the one that she's now going to peel over. Which sucks.
Basically,
but what can you do?
And what makes it so stupid is, you've got a strong division in NXT.
Have you ever? And it's getting added to all the time by more and more people that keep it strong as well.
All the time. Now, the problem that they have on the main roster, I'm not even going to say main roster anymore, because the problem that they have on Raw and SmackDown is, as soon as Charlotte's on it, let's say push Charlotte in. Push Charlotte. Lately, it's just been
She's
nice. It's just been nice as Charlotte has been in the picture.
Absolutely.
Charlotte's not going to be in the picture. It's You know, somebody else has got the chance. You know, we've got Becky Lynch who's getting to shine without Charlotte Flair being in a championship. Oh, wait, fuck.
Oh, bugger it. Never mind. It was the thought that counted. Right,
Somehow, even when she hasn't got a way of getting into a championship, she's found a fucking way
to get into it. Yeah, it sucks, but what can you do?
Outsourcing to another brand. You're going to go with Rhea Ripley. I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair because it's Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Right. Let's get on to the final match because it does feel like we've been doing this forever and people have got lives to live. I mean, I know they're in lockdown and they haven't got anywhere to go, but Jesus, I feel like we've been shouting at them for hours.
It's WrestleMania week.
Yeah, it is WrestleMania. It's once a year, so it's got to be done. But yeah, let's get on to the final match.
It's probably one of the very few ones where we're going over 2 hours.
Well, WrestleMania itself is probably going to be 6.5, 7 hours over the 2 days. So yeah.
Anyway, we'll speed it up now because you are getting pretty close to our time slot.
Yes. So basically, the last match on the list is the singles match for the WWE Championship: Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. And as far as I'm concerned, there can only be one winner here.
There can only be one winner. You don't do this winner, you will have absolutely, truly, and fucked up WWE.
Royally and forever.
Do not do what the rumoured speculation is. You do that, I guarantee, I will promise you, you are then burying your entire roster. You are proving Jake the Snake Roberts fucking right in the fact that you are burying the entire roster by keeping the championship belt on fucking Lesnar.
I will go so far as to say, all right, it's not much of a promise because I don't watch it anyway, but I will never watch main roster WWE again if Lesnar retains.
If Lesnar retains, it just says WWE has no faith in anybody.
In anybody but Mr. Part-Time.
Who's not even turning up. And everyone's turning around saying, why is that? Yes, Lesnar is a big deal. Yes, I know some people are saying, I love Lesnar. You know, it's very nice to see him on now and again. It's great. But the main fucking championship is going
he's welcome
missing.
To come and go as he pleases without the title.
Yeah, why is WWE keep putting the main belt on fucking people who aren't there regularly?
Damned if I know. Doesn't make any sense to me either, which is why I think we're both agreed McIntyre simply has to win, or else 120,000 non-existent people in the empty arena will all riot.
Correct. I 100% agree. However, I have got to state the rumour.
The rumour is that that's not going to happen, isn't it?
There's talk of stating that he might not be ready. He might be considering of putting off Drew's...
Not ready. He's been in WWE 10 years. How much readier does he need to be?
Basically, they're saying he might not be ready to take the championship gold yet, and that it might be the way the time would be SummerSlam.
To which I say, bullshit.
Don't put it off. And to make it even worse, the way they're going to do it.
Go on.
Has it, they're going to have Rowan caught him the match.
Really?
All because Drew threw the stairs at his friend, the Spider.
It better not happen. It really better not. But this is WWE, so...
If this happens, you will have then absolutely just taken any momentum from Drew entirely.
And put it in the same, haha, you're never seeing that again, loser, bucket as they have for Braun Strowman, and if he loses, Bray Wyatt as well.
And he's over. You've got him going 3, 2, 1. Oof.
Yeah.
When the crowd was there.
He is very, very over, and wasting that does seem...
He has got himself...
wasteful as hell.
And I believe even Brock's been putting him over on Raw.
Yeah, which is why...
Do it.
He needs to continue and finish the job.
Finish the job. Give him the push. And what makes it even weirder is he could legitimately make it crumble on Lesnar. He is a big dude. Just take into account
he is one of the few guys on the current WWE roster who you look at and you think, in a one-on-one fight with Brock Lesnar, he stands a genuine chance.
He stands a genuine chance. Just take into account, look how he eliminated him.
I was just going to say, look how easy he made eliminating Lesnar from the Rumble. Look, bang, Claymore kick.
I have never seen anybody go out that way. Not even Lesnar.
No.
It was like, did that just happen?
Well, no, in my case, it was thank fuck that just happened. Now we might actually get a Rumble worth watching. But yes, I get your point.
That's what I mean. It was just, holy crap. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But
right, we've covered the card. That's amazing.
Wait. Rumour has it, there is going to be talk of Lesnar keeping the belt, possibly. So then, what makes it worse is, with this rumour, is regardless of it, if Rowan does do that interfere, that means Drew is going to have to feud with Rowan.
And let's face it, not even Drew and Rowan want to see that.
That will not do Drew any favours whatsoever.
What, feuding against a guy who WWE don't want to lose, but who will have to lose because he has to beat him if he's got to retain any semblance of the ability to ever go for a title ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't do anyone any favours.
And on top of that, feuding with somebody like Rowan after coming after the Beast.
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't, and they're going to say, we're going to have to make it look legit like he's feuding with him. No.
No, stop.
If
don't
Rowan
go down
does
that
cost
train
him,
of thought. Don't do it.
If he does cost him, Drew should be fucking decapitating him.
Yes.
Clean off.
And that concludes Stupid Mania talk for this year. We are absolutely knackered. Well, I am, because that's been about 6 hours talking about it. But, wow. I think that's pretty much as many soapboxes as we can handle, isn't it? This.
Wow, we've got some topics still to cover.
Yeah, I know, but hopefully none quite as comprehensively...
as long?
Well, I was going to say quite as divisive, but yeah, long will also do.
Right. Let's get over to AEW.
Yes.
We'll cover 2 topics on there, which is Matt Hardy is AEW, and he's broken again.
He has fallen over, and once again the superglue didn't hold, and he's broken.
Ah, yes.
Oh, no. I mean, oh, yeah, sorry, I just had to counter you there. It's good news. He's finally in a company that understands the gimmick again, and will let him have free reign.
And even using Vanguard 1.
Yes.
And even the promo that he did with Jericho was entertaining as hell.
Yes.
Because you got even, Jericho saying, I've changed myself, and you changed yourself, but you're still the same Matt Hardy. And Hardy just turns around and goes, I'm not the same Hardy, but you are the same Y2J. You are still the same Chris Jericho. The selfish and the
Genius promo by someone who has finally been allowed to actually use all
his chops again.
Yeah, all the good bits of his character in a way that WWE just wouldn't let him because Vince didn't get it.
Which is great. However, unfortunately, due to the current situation, Blood and Guts has been technically postponed it.
Postponed, yeah, unfortunately, because of the situation. It will happen at a point in the future, possibly, but we don't know when yet.
Exactly. And I believe that you've got Jack Hager against Moxley for the championship.
Which could be an interesting match.
Which is, I believe it's a open arena match.
What, namely, they're going to fight all the way through it, but there's no fans in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That figures.
At least they're using it to their advantage, and that might be on a regular episode of Dynamite, I think.
Interesting. Well, they might as well. If they've got no pay-per-views, they might as well put it on TV.
Why not? Why have they got the chance? Anyway, that's
and the other AEW thing is actually more interesting than that.
Yes.
The revelation of who it is.
The Exalted One.
It was not me, Austin. It was not me all along.
What makes it so weird is the fact that a lot of people didn't think it was going to be this person. They actually thought it was going to be Raven. The fact that he was sitting in the crowd when the audience was there watching the show.
I think that might possibly have been, deliberate misdirection on the part of the management.
And AEW, with the fact that it's stating the Exalted One is watching.
Yes.
With the image of Raven in it. And it's clever.
Yeah, very clever and very deliberate misdirection.
However, I wonder how Impact Wrestling felt about that.
I'm not sure. I'd have to guess it probably wasn't good, but
seeing
as what can they do?
He's technically with them.
Well, I guess. Is he still an Impact Wrestling employee? I did not know that.
Yeah.
He was just sitting in the crowd.
He wrestled recently. On Impact.
Yeah, but he was just sitting in the crowd of the AEW show. It's not like... Yeah,
we'll take into account, didn't somebody turn up into a TNA show, that was a Highlander from WWE, and suddenly got pretty much let go? Oops.
Yes. No, that was the reference I was scrambling through my brain trying to make to counterpoint the it's not going to be too bad argument, but I couldn't remember the guy's name, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway. Point being is...
Higher Power, is it called? No, that was Vince.
The Exalted One.
That's the bugger. Has been revealed, and nobody, except for the smartest of get out more, you geek, smart marks, possibly could have guessed who it was.
And I am so glad it's this person.
I am, because they deserve it.
And especially because NWE, they didn't let him talk.
I know, and having heard one promo so far, I genuinely don't know why.
The guy can talk. And it's none other than Brody Lee. In case anyone goes, here's Brody Lee!
Brody Lee, formerly known as Eric Harper.
What?
Oh, wait, no. Eric Rowan, sorry.
No!
Yeah. Eric Rowan is the person that I said, oh God, I am making a royal Mike Adamley of this. I apologise. Formerly known as Luke Harper.
Correct, Luke Harper.
Jesus.
If he was here, he would be kicking your ass out.
Quite rightly. Jesus wept.
He was saying, it's Mr. Brody.
Yeah, that's my Mike Adamley moment of the week. Niche fans of crap wrestling.
Anyway, point being is, Brody Lee has been quite interesting. Having a finishing move that's close to Bray Wyatt's. Just
even if it doesn't necessarily need to be.
You just personally, discus clothesline, nail it. He does it well.
He does it perfectly well enough. Yeah, that's quite right.
But the gimmick itself, he's cutting into the bone.
Just a little bit.
Stating that he doesn't like people eating when he's eating, and they have to wait until he's done and kick people out of the room.
Thinly veiled attack on a former employer of his. I think we can work out who.
And the fact that he's also states he hates people sneezing. If anybody yawns in his interviews, anybody gets his name wrong.
Yeah,
he's correcting you.
Yeah, but it's good.
And the fact that even in the first promo where he says to Christopher Daniels, you're not the only, you're not the first old man to, underestimate me, but you'll be the last. Oh my God. Is he targeting somebody?
Is he? I think he might be, but I don't think they'd ever admit it.
How much hate, how long did WWE kept Luke Harper possibly under contract and in a unhappy situation?
About 9 months, I think.
For so long that he's now taking pot shots whenever he can.
Yes.
Ooh. Doubt he'll be getting invited to any future WWE events anytime soon at the moment.
No. Unlikely.
Which means the Wyatt family won't be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Sorry,
well,
had to. All the boys.
It might, but just the other three. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I think that pretty much does AEW.
That does cover AEW.
So is that us done for wrestling for this week?
That is done for wrestling this week.
So is that us done for this week?
I'm going to say yes because of the time frame we've got.
That's what I was thinking. It's been a big one, but actually, then it is WrestleMania weekend. So,
better yet, if you want to cover it quickly, TBT games. Any games you've been playing recently?
Oh, yeah. A few, actually. I actually downloaded, because it was free off the Xbox Marketplace, Pinball FX3.
Nice.
Little arcade pinball game. Don't like the fact you have to pay large amounts of money for the extra tables, and because I refuse to do that, I'm limited to a choice of 2 tables to play. That's a downside. But the 2 tables I have got are everything you'd expect from pinball in Xbox on your TV screen form, and, well, I've already lost hours to it, so I know it's worth it.
There you go.
On a more serious note, I've also been playing MotoGP 19, which is the latest incarnation in the annual franchise of the MotoGP World Championship game, where you start in the other energy drinks are available, Red Bull, TM, Rookies Cup, and make your way up to the MotoGP series to challenge Valentino Rossi and that guy who's won all the championships for the last 10 years since Rossi stopped winning them, whose name has temporarily escaped me. Marquez, is it? Anyway, yeah. I've been playing that as well. And as far as racing games go, I previously played MotoGP 17 because I bought it cheap on a sale on the storefront. And then how to jump from 17 to 19, the smooth upgrade in the graphics of the tracks, at least, is noticeable in a good way. And yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah.
How about you? What games have you been playing?
Last week I was stating I would have been playing The Plague Tale Innocence, Bleeding Edge, Payday 2, Yakuza 0. However, that's not the game I've been playing this week. I've just put them on hold and decided to dish out an old game to get just so I can get it done and actually off my Xbox because it's fine, so I've got it off my list. It's a game that I have actually already started a while ago, but need to get round to damn well finishing it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. If we do a normal broadcast next week, there's another game I've been playing, but I'll mention that then. But
we'll probably do more of a solid review next week.
That's fair.
But anyway, the game I've been playing is Borderlands 2.
Wow, well, it is one of them that you can lose days in if you're not careful.
But the point being is, everyone's sitting around saying, "Why are you playing Borderlands 2? Borderlands 3 is out." Well, I completed 1 completely. I want to do 2 now.
Yeah.
And then the sequel prequel, the one in between, and then potentially get over to 3.
Yeah, why not? That seems like a sensible option. In much the same way that I think it was $8.99 or something like that I spent on MotoGP 17 because it was on sale, and I played that through before I played 19.
Yeah.
For fact fans of completionism, I'd already played 18 when it came out last year, so But for whatever reason, I didn't play 17 at the time. I didn't buy it either because I didn't have the money or because I didn't have the inclination. I don't know. But yeah, you want to complete the whole box set. of all the games in the series, and I don't blame you.
Correct. And one thing I will always recommend to everybody is to check out anything like, because I'm on Xbox myself, or both of us are. I highly recommend the Xbox Ultimate Game Pass. But we do recommend you to check out any past Game Passes, like possibly the PlayStation Network store ones. I think it's PlayStation Plus pass.
I think so, yeah.
And then you've got possibly one for Stadia. Is the one for Stadia? No idea. But I'm pretty sure that there'll be probably some deals on Steam and possibly
almost certainly
on your PC platforms, be it either Epic Games or whatever. There'll probably be massive deals on there as such. But we always recommend you check out these amazing deals.
Yeah, for example, if you're like me, a massive fan of driving games, I believe just your standard games with gold that you get for your Xbox Live Gold subscription has Project Cars 2 for free at the moment, which I cannot recommend highly enough.
Yeah.
Been a while since I played it because it's been out a couple of years now, but might do a review of that retrospectively in the future as well, because it's well worth playing if you in any way like driving games.
Couldn't have said that better myself. And on top of that, basically, that's TBT Games. Yes, we know that we've only just mentioned what we've been playing, not what we've actual reviews. We haven't done enough to cover a review as of yet. Hopefully, we will get round to that, be able to cover some interesting reviews if we can.
Yes, in the near future.
In the near future. That aside, TBTV, yes, last week I stated that I've been watching Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future. Well, I haven't caught up yet on all the Steven Universe, and I'm still not up to date on My Hero Academia as of yet. I have been quite busy with other stuff and other projects.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
There is one series I do actually recommend. I haven't completed it yet, but I am getting near to completing it.
And what would that be?
That would be on Netflix. It's a show that's Netflix exclusive.
Okay.
Car Masters, Rust to Riches.
I saw that. I watched the trailer. It immediately went on my to-watch list, but it's in there fighting with 500 other things, and I just haven't got around to it yet. But you're saying I probably should put it to the top of the list, are you?
Put it at the top of the list now.
Impressive. It's that good, eh?
Now.
Right. Fair enough.
I mean, after this is finished, I want you watching it.
Fair enough. Well, not immediately, because I've got about 4 episodes of MasterChef to catch up with first. Priorities.
It's that good.
And I'm also halfway through season 4 of The Blacklist.
You'll be there forever with Blacklist. I get on to Car Masters. It's 2 seasons.
Yeah, I know. But like I say, I will watch it. But that's just what I've been watching so far, which is why I haven't got around to it yet.
It's actually a fairly short. Seasons.
Yeah, was it like 8 or 10 episodes?
8 episodes per season.
That's not too bad. Yeah, I will definitely put it on my list.
Highly recommend it, 100%. And especially, even if you're not an absolute car nut, it's actually an entertaining show. And if you are a car nut, get on this.
Absolutely.
100%. But anyway, with that, we are going to be possibly covering some TV shows in future or films. It's just at the moment we're just going to be covering what we're watching, and that's about it.
What we're watching, what we're playing, what we're reading, things like that.
We will go into further details for TBT Games and TBT TV in the upcoming weeks, because here's the thing. Wrestling is going to be coming down to us even slower, and I believe that WWE are going to be getting told to cut it down even more, because there's been less and less fans watching it.
Yeah, and if they do record anything, it'll be in the performance centre or possibly at Full Sail, behind closed doors kind of way, with nobody watching anyway. So,
correct. And the reason being, apologies for the cough. Yes, I have got my hand sanitizer on hand already.
Lovely.
All I'm just going to state is this. In regards to the whole wrestling thing, it needs to come to a bit of a hold, and a lot of people are probably not watching without the crowd. It's either because the crowd are not there, or are they probably thinking safety for the workers? And this is where I think where Roman's got the right idea by staying at home.
Yes.
is the fact that WWE are having him do wrestling shows to keep going a hazard to their health.
Ooh, why have you dropped that now? 6 hours into this broadcast. That's a whole topic that we could have another whole show about in the future.
That's
in the coming
what I'm
weeks.
going to say. Possibly we can save that for another episode. But it's an interesting one.
It certainly is.
But anyway, point being is, that aside, regardless of it, eventually, when we do stop the talks of current wrestling, we will be putting a hold on the current wrestling events and possibly focusing more on past wrestling events or
lists of favourite things, you know.
Lists of favourite things or deep delve topics, case in point, like the one I just mentioned or other stuff, potentially. There is going to be a talk eventually down in the future of a certain TV show that we are going to have to cover. You haven't watched yet, and I'm going to have to catch up on all the other episodes of it.
Yeah.
Which is, I'll mention the show name, which is The Dark Side of the Ring, which it comes on TBT TV, but also wrestling as well.
Hey, can I two birds with one stone? I like that.
It does, but believe me when I say this, it does actually show a bit of a dark side to the wrestling world.
Oh, no, really? I didn't think it was called that just for shits and giggles.
Why not? But anyway, that's going to be a wrap up for this week on Out of the Regular Topics. We'll just get to the plugs right now, and I'll fire through these very quickly.
I was going to say, is it alright if you do these while I go for a pee? Because I've been literally sat here for 3.5 hours and I am dying.
Please do so as such, and don't forget to wash your hands.
Well, I was only going to be a minute, but I'm actually going to be 2 because the second minute is going to be washing my hands, you know? Responsibility and all that.
Exactly.
Right, so anyway, back shortly. Plug away.
As we go into the plugs, please check out, and let's just state, we cannot be held responsible for anything that is on their sorts, apart from the UKDWA, which is, I'm one of the owners. But anyway, the point being is, in the Radiant Truth itself, but anyway, the point being is, all external links, if you do actually go onto their websites, that we cannot be held responsible for. But anyway, all I'll state is, please check out UKDWA, also known as UK Wrestling Alliance. Please check out photographers like Tony Knox, Jessica Servo Photography, and Kerry Swift Photography. Amazing work. For all videography needs, please check out BA Productions and SW Video. Of course, we also recommend you check out, charitable organisations like Changes for Health and Wellbeing, Changes Recovery Radio, Mind, Message for Mind, Donna Louise Hospice Care for Children and Young People, and of course, Cancer Research UK. The information that they do provide on there could prove massively useful and could be something that you may need to check out more now than ever due to this pandemic. And the information could end up helping you out and others more than you know. You never know. We, of course, recommend you check out the lighter side of wrestling by checking out Botchamania. You're welcome, Matthew. And, of course, WrestleCrap. You're welcome, RD Reynolds. And, of course, OSW Review. You're welcome, guys. Highly recommend them for the light side of wrestling. We, of course, recommend you check out the Paul All Pass radio show hosted by none other than Magic Mark Adams, all-round awesome guy, where he talks all things geeky, nerdy, and be it from DC to Marvel. We, of course, also recommend check out our fellow brothers and fellow podcasters and broadcasters and everything, and everything, which would be the We the Independent podcast, with an IE, not a Y. They have some massive, interesting interviews on there. We, of course, also recommend you check out Think Wrestling, especially the Talk Wrestling interviews, especially hosted by none other than Tom Baker. And we don't mean the Doctor. We do actually mean, the commentator for UKWA, who partners with JB. And, of course, we also, and others. I recommend you check out Think Wrestling massively because the fact is, he does actually bring some interesting topics, but I do actually like talking wrestling interviews because he does some good interviews. Of course, I recommend check out Train Pop Culture, which is on Podbean. But I know each week I've been stating that they might be changing over, but you can actually catch some of the actual episodes on YouTube as well. I, of course, highly recommend you check out Hatred Theory, which, my God, is absolutely hilarious. They're doing new episodes every Thursday, so I might be doing something straight after this broadcast. This recorded episode. I'll be checking that out for sure, because they always have episodes coming out every Thursday, and even they're using it currently. Because normally they used to do it in the studio together, but they are using the power of the internet at the moment in time. But it's highly recommended. At the moment, the next one I can't recommend right now because unfortunately it's not actually usable because of the nature of the pandemic. But Fabaluni, I recommend check them out where it's party time all the time. I of course also recommend you check out Kayfabe Music that do some absolutely amazing music and have actually lowered their price during this pandemic. A moment. It's down to £65 per custom-made track. They do absolutely amazing tracks, amazing custom-made music. We know it because the Burning Truth theme music is done by them, and I've even got some custom-made music that's been done by them that is absolutely quality. Highly recommend it for custom-made music. We of course also recommend you check out Turnbuckle TV, especially with the fact that it's only $3.99 and you've got 30 plus, possibly even more, up to 40 plus wrestling companies on there. The fact is at the moment it will be possibly on a hold with new wrestling companies going onto there at the moment in time. But we absolutely highly recommend you check out Turnbuckle TV right now during this moment because they've got a massive amount of content on there. And when you do subscribe, you don't just get one company, you get all the companies. So, and on top of that, if you do want to share, give some love to wrestling companies, be it the UK way, just in case an example, you can go to www.turnbuckletv.com/UK and then sign up through the wrestling company, that you do prefer. It will absolutely, help out your, the local wrestling promotion you want to support, as most of the funding would actually go to the wrestling company as well. But it would still also pay for the actual, for Turnbuckle TV to run as well. And of course, I would normally recommend you check out local wrestling shows. Unfortunately, you can't do that. But do actually show some love to your local wrestling promotions by giving some likes, love, and shares out on social media, be it for FCW, United Wrestling, Pro Wrestling for You, Future Shock Wrestling, Academy Pro Wrestling, Fallen Star Wrestling, Venom Pro Wrestling, Slam Wrestling, Wolfman Pro Wrestling, and many, 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 many more. And in case I haven't got them listed down, you want to find out where there's more of them, check out Babyface Wrestling app, where you can check out potentially all your local wrestling promotions and local and wrestlers as such. Give them a follow and check out where their any upcoming shows are or upcoming events. At the moment, yes, we know it's on a hold, but they do actually have some blog posts on there and in regards to it on there as well. But the best thing about it is that Babyface Wrestling app is for free. Yes, it is completely free. So you don't be missing out on that. Of course, we recommend you check out the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com. And you know what's on there as such. I can go through it all day as much. But let me just state out all the links that are on the links page. We cannot be held responsible for external links, as we do not have any control and cannot be held responsible for. Yes, we recommend you check out our social media, be it Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and yes, we do have past episodes on Spotify. We'll hopefully get some more up on there soon. And that is a wrap up for this week for the plugs. Wow, I will say that did take a while. And before we go, as always, I am going to state the following. Mental health is massively important right now, more than ever during this pandemic. And your mental health will be massively affected during this moment, regardless of, because yes, social distancing is vital to bring about an end to this pandemic, but we are creatures of habit. We are creatures who like to socialize, and as such, your mental health may take a bit of a hit potentially if you're locked in quite a lot of time and you're not speaking to anybody potentially. and this is where the time it might be a good time to reach out to anybody who you might think who is vulnerable, who might not be in a good place right now, or somebody who haven't might have talked to in a long time. So pick up the phone, give them a call, check to see if they're okay. And as we keep stating to everybody, please stay home. Stay at home. Save the NHS, save lives. And one thing I will state with mental health, all I will say is it is okay to be not okay. But if you are not okay, don't sit there and suffer in silence, because that is not going to help you in any way. And all I will state is it is okay to ask for help, and that asking for help isn't any sort of weakness. And we do recommend that, even though if you are not okay, do seek some guidance and help, because potentially you may very much need it during that time. And asking for help, and as I say, asking for help isn't a weakness at all. And you could very well find out you are more cared for, more loved, and people may already know that you are in a bad situation, but are waiting for you to mention it to them. They may already know, but are waiting for you to tell them that that you are ready for their help. And you can find out even more that you are far, far more loved than you actually know. So with that, I believe that JB may not be coming back for this time because he's been...
No, I'm here. I was just sitting here, sort of thinking, I'd like the dinner that was ready 2.5 hours ago, if you don't mind. Have you quite finished?
I've almost finished it.
But I didn't want to say anything because you were doing a bit about mental health, which I didn't really want to interrupt because it's quite vitally important.
Yeah, it is. 100%. So that is a wrap up for this week. Yes, this will be this week's episode. We will have potentially an episode for the following week. And we might be actually getting some content recorded for future episodes, and possibly we'll have some interesting topics to cover.
Absolutely. But in the meantime, you've listened to us for far, far, far long enough this week, so I think that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. So with that in mind, please stay well, stay safe. We don't just mean that physically, but we also mean it mentally.
And since you can't check out your local wrestling just at the moment, here's an idea. Try Netflix.
Or better yet, I'll do one better for you. Stay well, stay safe, and hopefully check you out. Hope you're all well till the next episode of the broadcast. But until then, please check out your family, your friends, your loved ones, and anyone who's local to you who you may not have been in touch with for a while. Give them a quick call and check up on them.
Do that.
It could make wonders. So until then, catch you later. Stay well, stay safe. Catch you later.
Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Catch you later.